Yeah, I got it.
Cool. We get it started in a quick second. It look cool?
Yeah, we look good.
Alright. We're gonna need to bring it closer.
Hold on, whoa. Double check. I'm here, so. No, we're actually once the orange direction. Oh, we're good. You can see the sign and everything.
Yeah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and face the east. All right. Salakia. We're going to face the east. And we're going to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. To all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity. To the men, women, and children listen, learning to the Baal the house of David. All right, this is Men of Valor Las Vegas Camp coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. You're the true children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you and you alone. No other nation, all right, has the opportunity, has the blessing to receive salvation, all right? And it is only the elect of the nation of Israel, starting with the 144,000 elect men, all right? Then the multitude of the men, women, and children that believe upon the testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right? In this day and this time, all right? Hey, salvation is closer than we ever believe, all right? Now in this day and this time, you are seeing and people are starting to understand the wars and rumors of wars. It's no longer a rumor, all right? It's in the forefront. It's being pushed, all right? It's time for you to wake up to the fact that this world is ending and come into the acceptance of its demise, all right? And if you don't, ultimately you're going to perish, all right? Does not matter what you think or what you feel. It's dictated by prophecy, the prophecy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right?
And you know, just to add to the brother's point, the world ending isn't the earth itself. It's talking about the age. All right, that age. All right, this dynasty, all right, queendom of Babylon the Great, Esau's rulership is coming to an end. All right.
Yep. There's no, the time is expiring. All right. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and let these scriptures speak and let Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, magnify and glorify his doctrine. All right. Hey, through us, Lord willing, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai continues to push and give us the strength to push out the word. All right. To be found faithful and true. And that the demise of this place and the downfall of this queendom, all right, vastly and quickly approaches and is chaos and disorder, all right, for its ultimate destruction, so the salvation, all right, and the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai can be proclaimed throughout the earth and throughout the universe again. All right, you got it. Yeah.
This Proverbs 1:20 says, wisdom crieth without. She utterly her voice in the streets. She cry in the chief places of conquest, and in the openings of the gates. And the city she utterly her voice saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And you scoffers delight in their scorner, and fools hate knowledge.
Right. How long will you simple ones love simplicity? How long will you think that this place is going to survive? How long will you think that here in America, Babylon the Great is going to give you the opportunity to continue to make it? All right? To make its way. All right? Salak, I thought it was for you. To make its way. to make its way so you can sit here and be like, oh, everything is going to be okay. We're going to be all right. America's been in this situation before. We'll pull through it. All right? How long are you not going to heed the warning that this place is falling? That everything is gone to shit? Here it is. The dollar is falling. All right? The dollar is becoming even more and more cheaper. All right? Hey, those bonds and stocks and everything have no value.
Yeah, worthless.
Yeah, worthless. The water. That's the word I was looking for.
And that's the cause of inflation. Really, everything you see going on with Iran and in the what they call the Middle East is really West Asia. You know, that's playing into their economic collapse, like shutting down the Strait of Hormuz. Now you're gonna see the rise of oil skyrocket. They was talking about you're gonna see them gas prices from 2022 back, but it's gonna go up from there. But that's gonna play into their alignment of the economic collapse, the downfall of this dollar, because what they're gonna put in that digital dollar, right, and they're gonna use that, all right, to moving forward to implement that CHIP, you know, the MOTB.
Right, and understand that, hey, the economic warfare is still a war in itself. All right, it is a war on all fronts for all people.
Yeah, they got that term that all wars are a banking war.
Yeah, all right. That's just not your capital in your town or city or in your country. That's worldwide. All right. Yeah. Worldwide global connection with finances, yeah. All right, the stock markets and everything. So if one's affected, they're all affected.
Right. Because who's really running the world is the elites.
Right.
All right, those elite banking families. You know, and they really, you know, every leader is really just a puppet. They gotta answer to somebody. Yep. All right, higher than them.
Yeah. They had a thing that showed the chart of how they do it, like in Bell, and then 13 families, and then, you know, your the government, and then it had like your celebrities and all that bullshit, and then it had the puppets of being, you know, hit with the witchcraft.
And you know, you had Elon Musk come out on X. You know, he had posted something recently saying like all politicians is like actors. Yeah. You know, pretty much.
Right.
So they just playing a role, you know, for show.
Right. Hey, and a matter of fact, hey, don't forget that all these super elites, your so-called dignitaries, all right, hey, to these presidents and these governors and everything, a lot of these people have military power, all right? A lot of these people have the ability to dictate the outcome because they are of that upper echelon, all right? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all right? These people have the ability and the influence, all right, over the powers that be. Why? Because they're the ones who are bankrolling and backing, all right? And the higher ups. But these are just the images of the faces that they give you, all right? You always see the puppet, you never see the puppeteer. Okay?
You really never see who's really in control of everything. They stay behind the scenes and pit people in front so you can basically think they really in charge, but really they're not in charge, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You got the
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh.
Let him finish that, and then you go your
Proverbs 1:23 says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you."
Right. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is pouring out his spirit. All right? Hey, so you could take heed, but you don't want to take heed. You want to give your way. You want to live your life after the way of the world and say, oh, it's okay. Why? Because Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has given me license to sin. It's all right to live after this way. It's all right to go against the grain in the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right? It's all right to think upon the scriptures your own way of your own private interpretation. And it's not all right. All right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is against this queendom. This place is falling. It is being dismantled. There is no strength here. All right? It is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds. Hey, time to wake up. You're not going to be able to continue to live carefree. You are living in sin. All right?
Real quickly, when it say turn you to, that's speaking to the Israelites. In 2nd Esdras 15 it says, that these prophecies that we're speaking, we're putting into the ears of our people. That's the difference. Really, you have an opportunity to hear, the woes and destruction, and to prepare yourself for the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. Now, ultimately, he gonna give you the spirit to take heed to it, take heed to the voice of the prophets, or to deny it. But the prophets were sent for you. Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai had the love for his people to send out that warning. All right, and that's what this is about. Giving that warning. And through giving that warning, we could have hopes of being delivered ourselves.
Right. Being delivered ourselves, not delivering ourselves.
Yeah.
But being delivered. All right? This is the hope. All right? You got it, Darash.
All right, this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, starting at verse 4, and it says, "Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." Verse 5, "Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death."
Right. That's that's talking about the wicked Esau, right? So the just gonna live by faith. There's no uprightness in the just being Israel. The one with no uprightness is Esau. All his ways are crooked. All right, and so you're seeing him, go and take places that don't belong to him. He goes and takes everything out of the land, the soil. He's plotting on and that's an example of what he's doing in Israel and in hey, well, you've had examples of that with Venezuela, with all throughout his whole history.
Yeah, right.
But more so recently, what we're seeing him do, because what he's doing right now in West Asia is part of the greater Israel project.
Right.
Giving, and hey, that plays into Trump Gaza.
Yep.
Rebuilding that land. But what did the Lord say? You shall
build, but I shall throw down.
Right. He's not going to allow them to rebuild this place up and not this place. Well, even this place,
right?
Because they're in a rebuilding process of America. They're trying to rebuild the strength of America again.
Yep. The image of America.
They're pushing that war promotion.
Yep.
I forgot the propaganda.
Yep.
And it ain't gonna work. The Lord, has his eyes set on a sinful kingdom.
Right. Hey, because what did he say? What did Trump recently say? We're going to become a nation again of prayer. All right.
Yeah, he went back to Christianity.
We're going to become a nation that follows God again. We've gotten so far away.
Yeah, and that's
right.
and that's why you recently had I forgot what dude said it, but that they was telling the soldiers that
I think it was headset.
They're going to to Armageddon, and Jesus is gonna fight for them. All right, which he's not fighting with them. They go into as it says in Revelation, the 17th chapter, these shall wage war with the Lamb. They're really going there to fight Yahweh Shai and the angels, because that's what the main stage of that the valley. They're going to the valley of decision.
Yep.
That's what's really going to take place there in the midst of World War III.
Hey, but no one understanding, hey, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has already made his decision from the beginning.
Yes.
He has chosen his house. He has chosen Israel. All right? The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian, as well as the speckled bird whose father's line goes back. He has chosen the elect of his nation to bring back his nation through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. All right? The deliverer. He delivers. He saves. All right? Yahweh Shai is our Lord and our Savior.
Yeah. He's not going to deliver you. These devils know that. You know, they know that the return of Yahweh Shai is bad for them.
Right, and that's why you also see their pride puffing up. You see them getting a little bit more prideful each and every day, each and every moment. All right, they're starting to show their true colors. They're starting to shine through. All right, even their own women are starting to call them out.
Yeah.
That they are the problem. Okay.
You ain't the big bad red wolf no more.
Did you have more on that?
Yeah. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, from where I left off. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
All right, here it is. This devil had an opportunity for himself. All right, but he can never be satisfied. He had all the lands in subjection unto him. Really, he spread his influence throughout the four corners of the earth, and he couldn't get it right because his spirit is not upright in him. All right, whatever he has done out of deceit, disorder, chaos, lies. All right, bloodshed.
So it say, you know, he transgressed by wine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's that Western philosophy.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That's how
the
he,
philosophy.
you know, deceived. Hey, that's how the serpent deceived Eve. All right, and then that led to the transgression of Adam, and that's what they're doing today. You know, the
Right.
same wicked spirit is in Esau, and he's telling you lies, dreams, and fairy tales. Just like how he's saying that Jesus is gonna come back and save you.
Right.
You know, and no, you're gonna be fighting against Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And so, you know, now and then they put that perception of, you know, that they're the ones doing good. They're the ones fighting for justice.
Right.
You know, they speak smooth as butter, but war is in their heart.
Right. They're fighting for their justice in their eyes.
Yeah.
All right. Not in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because they have set themselves up on the throne as if they are the Most High.
Yeah, that pride, you know, is you know, they're
Drunk with delusion.
they started departing. You know, pride is beginning when one departs from his maker.
God.
You know, so Esau has a lot of pride. It says that in Obadiah,
Yep.
and that's the same reason, you know, why he's always been adverse. All right, he's been adverse to the Most High because he goes off of his own ways, and that trickled down through his, you know, through his philosophy. That trickled down to the wicked of our people,
Hey,
those reprobates that follow after him.
Right. Esau has a doctrine of deceit. All right. Everything that he does is a lie. Everything that he does, from his imagery, all right, through his music, everything that he pushes through his law. He devised mischief by law. All right. He sows hand in hand with deceit. That's all he knows. Okay? Somebody who's at the bottom, all right, who's the base man, the only way that he scratches his way up to the top is through lies and deceit, because he was meant to be lowest man on earth, his nation.
He's grimy. You know?
Right. So the only thing he could do is get it out the gutter by staying in the gutter, making the whole world a gutter.
The scriptures describe him as a cunning hunter. I'm gonna look up that word real quick. Cunning.
Hey, Esau is the real toxic avenger. All right.
Yeah, this is from Genesis 25 and 27. This is for the word cunning. Just grab a couple. You know, cunning, it says to know, learn to know, to perceive and see, find out and discern, discriminate, all right, distinguish, to know by experience, to recognize, admit, acknowledge, confess, to be considered, to consider, you know, and you know, I could stop right there. To make oneself known, reveal oneself. So they really have the answers, you know. What does the scripture say? That he does a diligent search.
Hey, that's why he knows who the Israelites are.
He's a tactical hunter.
Right. He knows. Hey, he's searched out everything that he could.
And you say he lie in wait, humble himself.
Right.
He makes him look docile. As Revelation describes the beast. You know, lamb speaking.
Yep.
As a dragon.
As a dragon.
You know, a lamb being a docile creature.
But hey, more was in his heart, like the brother said earlier.
And then he turned around and he's two-faced. You know, turn around and tear your ass up.
Right.
Turn into that devouring lion.
Hey, because he's never, even in his being two-faced, when he crouches down and he humbles himself, it's still a lie. All right.
He not that. Oh, that's the role that they play in this world is a villain victim.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They out there, bombing a whole bunch of people. All their targets is you know, destroying. Yeah, they don't care who they gotta blow up, as you seen them do with that little kids school.
Yeah.
But now the world's seeing it.
But it's also for they do these egregious things also for the reaction. All right. See, the world wasn't reacting fast enough for Esau. Right. Here it is. You had a little bit of sense about you.
Yeah, and then come back and say, "Oh, we're being attacked."
Right.
It's us that's being attacked. We're the world's most hated. Everybody's hating you now because that's the spot that you deserve.
Right.
You
That's
know,
your position.
but you hated on everybody else and made them that reproach.
Hey, what is that? That Snabai who said he said the Christians praise one Jew and should praise all Jews.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's the same one who said they didn't believe in the power too.
Right. But that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy all of it. All right. He is going to bring you low. Your kingdom is being destroyed in front of your face. All right. You do not have the capability or the authority, hey, to call out Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, and you believe that you do, because you continue to act as if and set yourself up on the throne. So since you want to beat God, all right, hey, now you got to try to box with God, and your arms are too short to box with God. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey, is going to make an example out of you for all nations. Every single nation will get their fear because of you, more so. All right? Not only what Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey, is correcting and done to his people, if I will do this to my own children, what will I do to you?
Yeah, that's an example, and then the Lord is making an example. But really, his return and the destruction he's gonna put on Esau. Hey, when it says Babylon's gonna be that sign of, you know, of wickedness,
yep,
a memorial. All right, just as you have you know, Zion. All right, the smoke from here gonna be burning so long, it's going to be known that, hey, that you don't want it just as Sodom was.
Yep.
Just as Sodom was a token of what happens when that wickedness occurs, it's going to be the same for Babylon the Great.
They said they're gonna well when they see it and smokes. You know, all the people are gonna well. Like,
Right.
damn, our businesses, everything we had there is gone.
Everything that we thought that we could do or that we would do was in the melting pot of nations. Because that's what America is. It is the melting pot of nations. It is where everybody comes to, hey, trot down the Israelites, abuse and use them, as well as to make their merchandise and make their houses great,
And run back to their home.
right? And then run back to their homes. All right? America is a cesspool of wickedness. All right? Hey, it is a shithole that we have to deal with. This is the land of our captivity. And here it is, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is giving you fair warning. Israel, Yasharallah, all right? The Lord's house, all right? He is giving warning to all, okay? But if you receive not the message, if you are not coming to the wedding, all right, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has prepared, if you're not taking the invitation that he's putting out, well, then you stay in this bitch, all right? And you die with this bitch.
Yeah, I got a pre on what I was talking about. And it says, 2 Peter 2:6 says, and turning the cities. Actually, I'm gonna start at 4. It says, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment.
Right, us being those angels.
Right.
Us being those managers.
Yeah,
I said managers.
That's
Us being those messengers.
Yeah.
All right? Hey, being able to receive the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is a blessing, but being that we didn't take heed, we were cast down into these chains of darkness, these vile bodies.
Nephilim, you
Right.
know, the Napoleon, the falling, falling from that first estate.
Right.
Okay.
The gloriness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's our first estate. To praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to receive all good things, all right? To dwell and be with him.
And then we're playing out
Once
that
again.
judgment in the sons.
Yep.
Saki, you wanted to say something?
I was just saying, once again,
Yeah.
if we're those first fruits, you know, once
Yes.
again.
So the where it say, you know, the scriptures say that the judgment is under the place of the sun. All right. You live also in 2nd Esdras, the 14th chapter. All right. When you get your judgment, and you live out the sentence in your next life. All right.
Sometimes you get it in that life. All right? Sometimes you can get judgment in that life. But now, more than ever, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is giving judgment expediently.
Well, according to 2nd Esdras 14 and 35, you know, just somebody put that up. 2nd Esdras 14 and 35. That then you shall live again.
Yeah.
And
I got you. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 14, verse 35, and it says, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
right, because that's going to be the lot that you come back in and play that role out. See, when you die, your spirit, you know, you go in front of the throne of the Most High.
Yep.
Right? So then you shall live again, and we're in as it says, you know, in Revelation, what's that, 22? That we're back in the lot, you know, let the filthy be filthy, the righteous be righteous. All right? That's why you see people come back with deformities, or they experience a tragic death, you know, because they did something wicked in their past life, and they had to get that judgment, whether it was from 2 lives ago or you know, the last one.
Yep.
Scripture comes in Revelation 22. I got it right here.
Yeah, you can bring it on.
This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 11. It says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, born into your lot. All right. Hey, born into the lot, whether you're wicked, whether you were good, Yahweh Shem Yahushai plays it out. But judgment is going to be pushed out. Like the scripture says, it is expedient. All right? And in this day and this time, judgment is expedient. And that's what I was trying to say. But the brother pulled the point, right? In this day, this time, judgment is expedient. In times past, you had time.
Yeah.
Now there's no more time. Okay? So now Yahweh Shem Yahushai is speeding up his judgment for the things you did today and the things you did yesterday.
Yeah, it gotta be, because that's part of that refinement. Now when you go off, hey, he gotta bring you back because, everybody gotta, what did it say that
Everybody appears before the judgment seat.
Yeah, but pretty much those that they going those in the past. Let me bring this out because let me finish what I was reading. It's gonna damn near say it. This is 2 Peter 2:6 or 2 and 5. It says, "And spared not the old world, but saved Noah with the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly." So those ungodly spirits back then, they're gonna be back now to experience the lake of fire. And that's pretty much what I was getting at. And then I was thinking of Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because hey, some people not seeing judgment until this final judgment.
Right.
Because the Lord has casted them off. He casted off the wicked of our people. And put them in the lot of the heathen. And it says that judgment it may not be expedient, but it's gonna come to pass. All right. So hey, Esau ain't got what he got coming to him yet, but when it passes, it's gonna pass, and it's gonna be a harsh. It's gonna be a sight to see.
Right. Because ultimately, like the brother was saying, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai will run that tab for a while.
Yeah.
All right. And that tab running on Esau Edom, hey, is almost up.
And he just building a case. Nahum, he said he will not acquit the wicked.
Talking about say Nahu?
No, Nahum. This is this is we ain't talking about him. But yeah, he got his tab running. Verse 6 says, "And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly." So that same spirit is here in Babylon the Great, and that's an example. That fire was an example of the fire that's coming.
Because in real time, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is making these scriptures fly off the page. All right, so not only is it lining up with history, all right, biblical prophecy is dictating across the board. You can look in the past to see the future. All right, and that's what these scripts do. They give us the ability to see the future. All right, through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear.
That's also knowing the reincarnation and how things play out. It's not going to happen exactly the same, like how Yahushua prophesied that Sodom and Gomorrah are going to be much more tolerable.
Right.
But here it was talking about that they're going to get that same that was an example.
Fire.
So that's like the same thing that you're going to go through, but how Yahushua put it is that you rather be there. But guess what? Those same people are going to be here. Yep. For the most part, those same spirits are here getting, prepared
for their judgment.
Being that sacrifice to prepare, how they're preparing for their sacrifice is still committing all this abominable bullshit that they're doing. You know, they still taking part in this devil's, you know, philosophies, you know, and idol worship.
It's pleasures.
Yep. Just as they was living pleasurable and, you know,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
messing with you know, bestiality, you know, homosexuality, this and that,
Idols and
drinking,
everything.
you know, still drinking blood, eating, you know, swine.
Yep. Hey, that given unto that license to sin. All right.
This is Matthew 24 and 22. It says, and expect these days shortened be shortened.
Read that again from the top.
This is Matthew 24 and 22 says, and expect these days should be shortened. Yeah.
Sound like you said expect.
I'll do it again.
Probably
Matthew
that.
24 and 22.
Like-
Except, yeah. And except these days should be shortened. I probably did say that. Do a lot of- There should no flesh be saved, but for the sakes, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened.
Right. Except these days be shortened. So that goes to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is speeding up the days, speeding up the time, therefore speeding up judgment. All right? You are judged by every account. All right? With Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, whether it be past, all right, or whether it be present. All right? In the moment, it might be the future. From 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, you are judged for all these things. This is the day and the time where you are getting judged for all these things. All right? Then ultimately to come back and to be a two-time loser, to come and be brought back for the lake of fire, for the ultimate judgment. All right? Nobody is going to escape. We are in moments of the last days. Moments of the last day, not days. Days have passed. Last day we are in. Okay? You had a pretty slug. Are you getting the comment board?
Yeah, the comment board.
God, let him pull this off the comment board. You can go and then he'll pull this one.
Kenny Yashriella 1448. Shalom Yakoshima Shabbatah. I don't know, is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. You know, his is reading, which I can't read.
Darash, pull up Ecclesiastes 8 and 11.
Yeah, that one. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Second one is 9 and 11.
Yeah, you get 9 and 11. Pull up 8 and 11.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11, and it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right, because, hey, execution is not expedient. Hey, they think they got away, all right? But now Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is turning it back around. You were starting to see more judgment go out. What is that? That lady, was it North Carolina? No, I think that's two stories. No, it was the lady for I think it was in North Carolina, but it was basically like a post office worker, right? She said to this man that his package smells like Mary Jane, all right, and she's not going to deliver the package to him. He has to come up to the post office. He comes back, right? Even though that dude was doing wicked, you know what I mean? He comes back, hey, and mows her down, and just shot 17 times, all right, through the van, yeah, no, through the delivery truck, right? Like that. And we understand it's for her past judgments that she was judged, but yet, hey, she got intertwined in something she had no business in. Deliver the package or deliver the note and get the hell on. All right? She did it because of her pride. All right? She was like, no, this smells funny. I'm going to make you go into the office and get it. All right?
Wallace Victory.
Hey, Yeah.
This is 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 11. It says, and they that have lofty my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place
Low.
of
That was like
low,
Low.
loaf, the water.
Yeah, started.
2nd Esdras 9 and 11 says, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain.
Right. Because you took not heed to the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. For the men that he has sent out unto you, Israel. All right, Yasharallah. You are supposed to take heed to the warning that is given. But because you're like, I got time. That's a fairy tale. You know, I'm going to believe on this fable over here because why? This indoctrination is beneficial to me. And it's so crazy because people know they've been indoctrinated. But yet they don't turn away from the lie.
Talk to me smooth things.
Right.
And that law that they loathe, you know, that really go back to Yahweh Shai. But it say in Genesis, the 49th chapter, that, behold, I give you a lawgiver, you know, his name Shiloh. You know, but you know, you go to the law, that you know, kind of goes into the book. All right, because before, you know, if you was in the time of Moses, you had the laws, you know, but then the book, you know, the Old Testament, you know, had the book of the laws. What did the prophets of the Old Testament? They were referring to the law.
Yep.
All right, and then the word, you know, that is like the origin of the word, which is Yahushua.
Yep.
You know, when they refer to the law in the New Testament, they referring to the Old Testament.
Yep. Hey, because what law is there
The
for us to
scriptures.
live by? But the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
So then that despise the law, they despise Yahushua.
Know that they hated me before they hated you.
Yeah, they hate the Father,
Yep.
which ultimately they hate the spirit of righteousness. You know, that's why they gonna get done away, because what we entering into, they say, the same shall know it.
Right.
Just as the when Moses brought, you know, melted that calf and poured it down,
Yep.
the wicked, you know,
Yep.
the ones that was following after the mixed multitude.
Yep. Drink.
You know, the Egyptians that were in the congregation and shit. Hey, they had to get you know, they judgment. But guess what? You had to come back and still learn it.
Right.
This is the same thing that's gonna happen. You gonna get your judgment, and then when you get born through the, you know, when those nutsack Israelites come back, you know, you gonna learn it. You're gonna be that much better too. No, it's gonna be beautiful, but damn,
Yeah.
like what don't you really get? Even though we know that they ain't gonna get it, like how could you not want that?
Right.
Like it's crazy that that's how yeah, how far gone, but that's the delusional mindset that you actually have.
Yep. You got it, Josh.
This is going back to Habakkuk chapter 2. It's going to be verse 6, and it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, that they, hey, you know, that thick clay, you know, going into that debt. You know, that's Esau in big debt, right? But now these. And pretty much all that's gonna get himself in trouble. You know, as you see, like even the countries that were in debt to him. You know, speaking of Spain and Italy, now they talking like we ain't messing with you.
Right.
we
There ain't nothing.
don't want shit to do with what you got going on out there.
There ain't nothing we got in common.
And they shall hate the whore. You know?
And I was watching a thing from Dave Hodges on the Common Sense show. He said the EU is strongly considering removing America from NATO.
Yeah. This is 10 toes.
Yeah.
So that right there should be a clear indicator.
That's fulfilling prophecy, yeah.
That statue is not looking so strong. All right. Hey, this is a queendom mixed with clay and iron.
Very clay and iron.
All right. Hey, it shows itself to be strong. All right, but it's really fragile and weak. Okay. It's no different than a mixed garment.
Yeah, and all, you know,
It's filthy.
America's strength is based off of debt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get you, you know, in debt, and now, you know, you're just working to pay them off.
Right, because this is a society of debt, like the brother just said, and what this devil has done, he has been able, these other people have been able to accept and buy America's debt
Yeah, so
to make themselves wealthy.
Yep.
All right, but now they bought all that debt, but now the bill has to be paid. When the bill is paid, they have to suffer this loss.
Yeah,
All right,
33
trillion, right? Hey, this is not financial
and counting.
information. I am not an accountant. All right, please check.
We ain't giving no advice.
Right, please check. Give your information to your accountant. But we are given the scriptures of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai advising our people and our nation, not to put your stock in Babylon the Great, in this world. All right?
Get that stock and that investment in Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Right. Lay your treasures in heaven.
You would have investments.
Right? Hey, no. Hey, in the worldly sense, can you have investments in financial? Yeah. Hey, use the world, don't abuse it. All right?
But they trying to stay here though.
But it's just temporary.
But it's just temporary. All right? Don't put all your heart into this place and think that it's going to continue another 70 years, 50 years. All right?
No, this
10 years.
This war gonna end is the end of everything.
Right.
You know, that we just entered into. So
Shit, 5 years.
So this war is the end of the beginning of the end. For real.
This
Right.
is
Because prophecy dictates that this is the beginning of the end.
And then we just waiting on the MOTB is going, when they start pushing that, it's gonna be, you know, even closer.
Right. Hey, like these two turds, want to celebrate and start dancing and be happy about any and everything. This is when you're going to see the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai be happy and be fearful all at the same time. All right? Because now that this moment, that final hour will be upon us. All right? That final hour when the MOTB is pushed out and made mandatory is then in that time, the final hour. All right?
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 7. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
Mm-hmm. That booty goes back into what? Goes back, what did the pirates say? Give me my booty.
Yeah,
Spoiled. All right, riches.
Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all of that dwell therein.
Right, for everything that you have done unto the people of Yahweh Shem Yahushai first and foremost. All right? What you have done unto his image, his name, first and foremost. Right? After those things, then what you have done to his earth. Then what you have done to the other nations. You gave the other nations the ability to go against Yahweh Shem Yahushai even more so as well.
and you did the same, you know, the same bullshit, you know, to them.
Right. but they were making a little bit of change off of it, and they said, okay, you know, we'll go along with it. We'll do those things, and it'll be okay, because you know we're going to be better than somebody. As long as we're better than somebody, as long as we're better than them, right? Can we whip them too? Can we trot them underfoot as well? We can use them and abuse them too? Oh yeah. Well, as long as we ain't got to be at the bottom.
It's that Psalm 83, man.
Right. Keeping that energy. Keep that same energy. And these being on one accord, you've kept that same energy through all this time.
Knowing who you are.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, I was but a little displeased with it. Right? But here it comes, and it's coming out that you motherfuckers knew. You knew who we were. You know whose we were. All right? But you said nothing. And being that you said nothing, you will receive what? Everything. Everything in righteousness. You will receive your recompense. All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to make sure it is 100-fold given back unto you. But it's going to be in righteousness.
That Revelation.
Yeah, he's holding a couple of things. But you wait. You wait.
That's
Hey,
that
you-
Revelations, man.
yeah,
That
you good.
13 and 9.
You're going to be, your sons are going to be eunuchs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Your
gonna
daughters
say,
are going to be handmaids.
If this brother can read down to like 16.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he can hold
Because
it.
mine's is just
Yeah.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 9, and it says, Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
But this is him. He set his nest up all high. He saw Edom's pride is so high and his nest is so high. It's in the heavens. All right? Hey, his space stations and everything, he dwells on high. He's high-minded. All right? Yeah.
He believes that his blood money is going to be his security.
He believes that his own blood is his security. All right? He believes that he has the blood, sweat, and tears of this nation that he didn't even build or pay for. That he got by deceit, rape, robbery, and murder. All right? Fuck it. Let it all go. I'll do what I want. It's mine. It belongs to me. That's the same thing that he's doing over in Venezuela. That's the same thing that he's going to try to do over in Cuba. That's the same thing that he let happen in Puerto Rico. That's the same thing that they're doing over in Gaza. That's the same thing they did in Iran. All right? It's the same thing they did in Iraq.
seen him up. Nothing changed.
Nothing changes with this devil. All right?
The only difference is now, you know, the Lord, you know, starting with the prophets, is pointing you out.
Right.
You know,
He has better weaponry too. Your weaponry has got a little bit better. They just did a test of their hypersonic. All right, here in area, I believe it was like the report that I seen, like Area 52.
But it's in Nevada. Though.
Yeah, it's in Nevada.
State test grounds.
All right. Hey, to be able to test what their might is. All right, this devil relies on his technology. It is part of his blessing. All right, that sword may continue to go out. You got it.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Verse 11, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. In verse 12 it says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity.
and you know, that's why you're seeing that destruction out in that land right now. You know, that beam crying out, and that's, you know, just symbolic of that destruction going on in that land. You know, you go look up those videos of those missiles hitting, you know, and that goes into Isaiah the 34th chapter. You know, that goes into, you know, these prophetic chapters of how, you know, that land area is being destroyed. He said he will send a curse. Let me just grab it real quick.
Hey, while the brothers grabbing it, go ahead.
Like you were saying earlier, it goes all back to Esau playing the villain first, and then he turns on and plays the victim.
Right. Then he turns around and plays the victim. Then he plays the villain.
Yep. Goes back and forth.
And then he wants to be the hero. Right. Hey, this devil has no remorse. Right. Ultimately, this whole world has been built off of bloodshed. All right, unrighteous bloodshed in all these lands. Why? Because Israel has been scattered as the sand of the sea. That's why Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has a controversy with all nations.
So, say that in Numbers that blood is, it got to be, can only be healed through blood.
Yep. Only be redeemed by the one that shed it.
Yep.
All right? And who has shed the blood of the children of Israel? Chiefly Esau, Edom, but all you nations. All right? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Hey, this is why that place of judgment, Yahweh Shaphat, is coming. This is why World War III is happening. He didn't just say, I'm just only going to gather these people right here. He said, I'm going to gather everybody. Because everybody's guilty. Every nation's guilty for taking part and taking from my heritage, my nation.
Touching the apple of his eye.
Right, touching the apple of my eye. You have not the capability and you have not the ability for exemption. All right? Roughly paraphrasing scripture, hey, how can you recompense me? All right? You can't pay Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai back. Right? Even your service and servitude in 1,000 years captivity is not going to pay Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai back. That's just satisfactory. All right?
I'm going to grab these two precepts. This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not, therefore, the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I, Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel. So then,
how much should it? Hey, it said it clear.
so what? You went and took over that place, all right? Inserted yourself there as the people. Isaiah 34 and 5, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
The people of his curse are who? Esau, Edom.
Yeah.
All right?
They say the cup shall pass.
Yep.
All right.
Take that out of my mouth.
Pass through Edom, man.
Yep.
This is
Hey, and you shall drink the dross.
Yeah.
Hey, all of it. The whole cup. It's like you drinking a tonic, all right, a tincture, all right? You have to drink everything. Everything, every drop.
We'll probably video, shooting a video, so getting some footage. Ripping the streets.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber.
You seen him before?
Yeah. He's a hyper scooter YouTuber.
That shit go like 60 miles per hour.
60, 70 miles.
Verse 6 says, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and the fat of kidneys and rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So that's pertaining to Esau, Edom.
Right?
You know, it's gonna be here in Babylon the Great too. You know, but also in that land over there, because they the inhabitants right now.
Yep.
And that land has to be cleansed before we can go back there. All right, that's gonna be the first process, as it says in Ezekiel. You know how we gonna have them in continual employment. That employment is cleaning up, you know, this destruction. All right.
Got one more on that one.
Nah, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, that's where I want to go back.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 13. It says, Behold, is it not of Yahweh of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh, as the waters cover the sea.
Right, and this is, the knowledge is going out. Yahweh Shem Yahushai has his prophets on the scene. All right? It first started with Abba Bibbins. All right, and the men that were under him, to our head apostle now, Apostle Tahar. All right, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rama, Apostle Rakah, making, and elders and the bishops. All right? Making this plain upon tables. All right? That the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is known and being able to be pushed to the forefront. Okay? Through the this unicorn, the internet.
Yeah, knowledge, you know, also going into prophecy. Prophecy filling the world.
Yeah.
You know.
How you doing?
Yes, so prophecy is filling, you know, the entire world, you know, which is being made known, you know, what the Lord about to do. Everybody got that spirit that this shit ain't right. This world ain't right. The people in charge ain't right.
Something's going on.
You know, something's coming.
Now the Epstein files are not really so big. Right? But that's also for a distraction. You got to look at the whole picture.
They're going to bring it back.
All right? The whole picture of this thing is you're going to find out exactly what's in there. Some people have already seen who's in there, exactly what's in there.
Probably things they didn't want to see.
Yeah. But how much more in the time of this devil being fully exposed and his nakedness being shown?
Yeah, well, you had this actress come out and say that, you know, Kim, Kardashian was, you know, doing some crazy shit with some babies and everything, you know.
A lot of the celebrities.
But that's just, you know.
We don't put it past them. All right? This is it's all witches and warlocks. All right, here it is. You believe just Halloween that there's just images of witches and warlocks, right? No, this, all right, these people, serve demonic entities.
That go back to in Egypt. Was that Egypt?
James and Jambres.
Yeah.
Yep. This is their sorcery. Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, "Stand with thy enchantments."
But the Chaldeans, you know.
Yep. The enchantments of this world that they have cast upon the people. What they thought and the power that they hold on the left-hand side, praising and giving honor to those things that aren't honorable. All right? Believing in self, that you can exalt yourself to the position that you want to be. Yahweh Shem Yahushai ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right? You got it, Jerash.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. It says, Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also.
Right, and Salakia, drunk, not just drunk with physical wine, all right, but it's really talking about philosophy. It's talking about the way of sin, all right? You've made all the people, but it's not about all people. It's about Yahweh Shem Yahushai's people, first and foremost. You have made the Israelites drunk with the wine of Babylon, this Babylonian juice, all right? This false doctrine, this false Christianity, all right? You would have been blessed if you would have blessed Israel. All right? Right. Genesis 27. All right? The blessing, you could have received a blessing. Ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushai already made it where you were denied. Okay? But blessed are those who bless Israel. Your blessing would have, you would have had a better opportunity, a better chance. All right? But since you turned away and slapped away the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he is going to slap you away. All right? Put you in your rightful and return you to your rightful position. Because you are the devil that the Bible speaks of.
It says, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Verse 16.
Right, look on the nakedness, the shame. All right? You're like, oh, yeah. See, yeah. See, oh, wait, they're fucked up. The shame. All that shame that's upon them. Oh, shit, we did that. No, we didn't do that. We gave them incentives. Right? Gave you incentive for your fathers to leave the house. Gave you incentive for your daughters, to be boss bitches. We gave liberty in social media. All right? We made equal rights. All right? Everybody's equal. And then you go and tell a lie that not only everybody's equal in this world, but then you tell a further lie saying everybody's equal in the eyes of the Lord. Saying that one sin is greater than another. No, sin is sin. All right? It doesn't matter what you sin in. If you sin, you are in transgression of the law. Being in transgression of the law, whatever law that you're in transgression of, the punishment lies therefore. Some unto death, some just beaten with stripes. But nevertheless, it is still the transgression of the law. And this is what you have given unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's people.
Death is attracted to sin.
Right.
Yeah? It loves it. That means you love death, motherfuckers.
Right. All that hate me love death. Proverbs 8:37. All right? 36, the water. 36.
Yeah, this is Habakkuk 2:16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Mm-hmm.
And now you sought out, all right, by the whole world seeing you as the devil you are. And that's why they running. That's why you got, they vagabonds, man.
Right.
They're not wanted nowhere. All right? They're the problem. Now the world finally waking up and realizing it, oh shit, this man ain't right.
It's his whole time.
He got to get out of here. And it starts with, their queendom, which the whore Babylon the Great, which this is the height of their, of their dynasty, the height of their empire.
Hey, this is their golden calf.
Yeah, this is the golden city.
Right. This
How
is
has the golden city ceased, man?
Yeah. This was the golden ticket. All right.
So this is like the, what they idolize, man. What they push.
And hey, as you see, especially over in Western Asia, right? What do they say? Hey, that's not a way to live. That's not, hey, that place is, we might go over there, we might do business over there, but
Y'all sick.
yeah, we'll send our sons over there. We don't want to send our daughters. All right?
Like that one from Arrows of Indignation, that one video where that U.S. Marine was standing in that court saying that, we will not fight this war for Israel. It says, we will not send our sons nor our daughters to fight for Israel. And he himself was of the wicked seed. So it's like, Esau getting tired of Esau.
Right, that's a house divided.
Yep.
Right? A house divided cannot stand. Why? Because the lies and the deceits from the higher ups that have been told and the enchantments that have been casted are no longer taking the effect on the people. They can't even fool the lower, lesser luminaries of their nation. Right? They are now saying, wait a minute. You knew this the whole time and we didn't get to receive the benefits that you received at least? At least? This is okay? No, this ain't okay. Then on top of it, you want to send my sons and my daughters?
Yeah. So the Esau, you know, the Lord gonna have them in slippery places. You know, he say in Job he gonna be in straits.
Yeah. Hey, Yahweh Shimei Shai said, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right? You are going to have that interim, that infighting first. You're seeing it now. All right? That turmoil is starting to come to a head.
Even Mega ain't happy with you.
Right.
Oh yeah, you just had that. Damn, I forgot. I think he was a Republican. I can't remember his name, but pretty much say that hey, Trump. Hey, I'm not down with Trump no more.
Right.
There's a lady that I used to work from too, the Congress lady.
He turned on that.
Right, because here it is. Hey, your nakedness is continued to be shown. Now everybody sees you. Everybody's pointing you out. Look, it's him, it's him. Hey,
Hi,
now that mark that was put on Cain, all right, is starting to be remembered. Oh shit, it's him. It's him. It's him right there. Now he's starting to say what? The shame is too much to bear. I cannot bear this.
Too late, man.
All right, but you gonna bear. All right.
You gonna drink that cup?
Yep. I got a quick read. This is Isaiah 19:2 in the GNT. It says, Yahweh says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other and rival kings will struggle for power. I'm going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale.
Hey, that's all across the board. He covered every base. Yahweh Shimei Shai said, every base. All right? Neighbor against neighbor. All right? Hey.
Let's start with that morale being destroyed. That's affecting the armies.
Yeah, because who wants to go get? Who wants to? Hey, it used to be the few, the proud, the brave. Now it's the very few, the very scared, not proud, and super.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, I never thought I would have to go here. I just came here for the paycheck.
Right.
That's your soldier. That's your average American soldier.
To get a better education, to get a Hellcat, to talk to the bitches.
Yeah, they crying to go over there.
Right.
You know, being flew into, you know, that land. They over there crying. Damn. Fuck.
Why did I do this? Why did I sign up?
I mean, you got videos and more. Definitely Jake coming out saying that.
Hey,
I didn't
war,
sign up for this shit.
war is not for the weak, man.
Right.
These are this is the thing. I was watching Redacted. You know, they've been preparing. Iran been preparing for this shit the last
100 years.
but it's not like America didn't know this wasn't gonna happen. But they have their soldiers preparing for that shit. You know, they've had their military really in that mindset
Shit,
the
North
whole
Korea.
time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the whole time these other countries have been in that mindset like this is gonna happen. We building up our men, our country to do this.
No.
America just been chilling, fucking around, and now you see it in the
Gen Zs and all this.
right.
shit.
You see it in the character of the people.
But it was ultimately too. Hey, this devil knows he's not gonna escape. So this is a part of his fatness.
Yeah, you have a few, you know, mighty men that for Esau's troop, but the majority of them is weak.
Yeah, it's the fatness of the earth that he's got off of this world. All right, he's gotten to receive everything from this world. Why? Because he said, live deliciously, live how you want. I'm gonna make substance. I'm gonna make money off of you. Hey, just keep on going and live how you want. Ultimately, we're gonna sacrifice this place anyway, right? But see, this devil sees it as his sacrifice to an extent, he thinks he's going to be that phoenix that rises from the ashes.
Coming up out of the bunker.
Right, coming up out of those bunkers and the whole 9 yards. You coming up out of the bunkers, but it's with force.
You think it's going to be the fallout,
Right.
you know?
Hey, so you can once again rebuild the world in your image. Nah. All right.
The Lord through with this place, you know. He almost fed up.
Right.
It just ain't
He's
reached that right time in prophecy for it to happen.
Right. He's ready to hear his name again. His name go throughout the whole earth. He's ready to see the praise and the glory given unto him by his people. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is ready to hear his children again. He wants to be able to look upon us. He wants us to push forth his word, his judgment. He wants the nations to be under his order, not the order or the glory of another. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said, I will not give my glory to another. All right? This time period, this age is over.
All these other guys, they being, you know, worshipped more heavily than, you know, Yahweh Bashem Shai, the true power of the world.
God.
You know? So they being glorified more than, you know, the one that created everything.
Yep.
So that got to be changed.
The creatures being praised more than the creator.
Yeah.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 17. It says, For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So just like how you destroy nature, you know, you violate the animals, the same will be done right back unto you. You know, you cut down the trees, you ruin nature, you put the animals in zoos, which is their captivity. You know, it's just you are.
They would say in Romans the 8th chapter, the creature groaneth.
Yep.
You know.
Hey, what is that? There's a movie like that Mark Wahlberg is in where the trees are getting back. They start releasing
I know what you're talking
toxins
about.
and everything like that.
It's a horror film.
Oh,
you know what I'm
The
talking
Happening.
The happening, yeah. Hey, this is what the world. Hey, the earth is tired of Esau.
Yeah, well, it say, you know, in Isaiah the 14th chapter, once, you know, I'll grab it, but once they get taken out, the trees are gonna rejoice, you know.
Which is the Isaiah 54 and 16, the roughly paraphrasing the waster created to destroy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to watch that. Watch it. Don't worry.
Okay. Habakkuk 2 and 18, it says, What profiteth the graven image, that the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein, to make dumb idols. So, again, what good is that you make these idols out of wood, stone, plastic, glass, or whatever? Like, what good is that going to do you?
What benefit does it have?
Exactly. And it says, 19, Woe unto him that saith unto the wood, Awake, to the dumb stone, Arise, it shall teach.
Right.
Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in it, in the midst of it.
Right. Hey, there's no life in it. All right. There's no wisdom. There's no knowledge. All right.
I think it's in Wisdom of Solomon where it said that these idols can't dust themselves off.
Right.
You know, they can't prevent the moths from eating them.
Yep.
You know.
Hey, they can't stop an intruder from coming in with an axe.
Right.
All right. There's nothing that this false idols or this devil can do.
They have no power. You know.
All right.
They're just actually just like a statue.
Hey, but AI is giving them life to speak.
Right.
Right. Hey, part of sorceries. All right. Hey, in this day and this time, hey, you're gonna see some false miracles. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah.
Right. they already have the billboards that look like they come up out of and walking on the street and shit like that, lines and shit like that.
What that's called. It's not 4D. It's nah, that's something else.
That's transhuman.
This is I got a quick.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 14 and 5. It says, I'll start at 4. It says, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased, which that king of Babylon is Trump now. You know, we fully believe that. You know, he's that cruel lord and the cruel ruler in the 19th chapter. All right, and he's the king of Babylon the Great. You know, aka America. So let's say the golden city being America.
Yeah,
okay?
he gave you an indication because he called it. He's going to build a golden dome.
Oh, he said Trump, yeah, Golden Dome. Trump Gaza when they had made that AI of that it was all gold everywhere.
Yeah.
He put that statue in front of the White House.
Yeah.
His shoes all gold.
His shoes all gold. Hey, everything gold.
Yeah. This is verse 6 it says, he who smote, or it's like I'm on 5. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
Hey, this is the way Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring this devil down. All right. Hey, gradualism always has to come to the point of being over. Right? How long do you think gradualism is supposed to last? Forever? If it lasts forever, we would never get to the end.
And this was the point. Verse 7, it says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come against us. So once this devil gets out of power, all right, hey, then the whole earth is going to be at rest. This is going to be that rebuilding process, because Yahweh Shai is coming with what? Healing in his wings. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when Yahweh Shai cracks the clouds and comes down, you know, that's going to start the restoration.
Yeah, eternity begins at that point.
Say it's going to be the restitution. All right. We're going to get back to how things are really supposed to smell, taste,
feel, this
feel.
shit.
Yeah, we ain't going to be
No
subject
concrete,
to these defiled
asphalt.
bodies no more. You know, the Most High is coming with healing in his wings. It's changed. You know, his people physically going to be changed, you know, back to a celestial, or into a celestial being. You know, our physical DNA and on the molecular scale is going to be, you know, immortal.
Right.
Okay, that's that's the blessing that God gave His people of Israel.
You guys talk about how you're Jewish people.
We're not Jewish.
Well,
we're Hebrew Israelites.
The real Jew people.
Yeah. So yeah, these are the real Jews. That word Jew really is a slander against that was given to the tribe of Judah.
Yeah, no, I just
it's no problem.
I wasn't like.
No, you good. But yeah, so that go back to Judah, you know, which that's the top tribe of Israel.
Yeah.
See, those people in that land right now, they say that they're Jews, but what happened to the other tribes? They don't talk about
Well,
them.
yeah. They're European descendants.
Right.
Basically.
And they got that land through the Balfour Declaration, you know, and they pretty much, that was an extension of UK.
Right. The seat.
So
Well, I'm about to leave, but you already know that 1948 Israel is not the same as
Correct.
Bible
Correct.
Israel.
Right, and those people, you know, they're pretty much the reason why you know this war is getting on and why America is getting involved is because those people actually have authority over America. So they drew them into, as the scriptures say, the least of the flock shall draw them out. they drew America into that war, ultimately because the Lord is going to destroy this place, Babylon the Great, America, as well as that land, Israel. But this is like the top place of who the world knows as the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, in the Bible. All right, that's who's running the world. They're the top elites, you know, the banking families and stuff.
Yeah, the 13 families. You see yourself on the chart? What's your father's nationality?
I'm agnostic, so I have no.
No, like what's your nationality?
I just study things, but yeah.
What's your nationality? Your father's nationality?
Like,
He
what
died when I was 2, but I recognize my stepdad as my real dad. He'd be Canadian, Yugoslavian.
But so the reason why we ask is because Israel been scattered throughout the whole world. So with that scattering, everybody not gonna look like this brother. You know, you could be a so-called Mexican and look like you're white, or you could be a so-called black man and appear to be something else. So it's really the spirit. Pretty much, that spirit goes back to the seed goes back to the spirit. And
so where do you come in? Are you like
You have to be of the bloodline.
one of the real,
Yes,
Israelites?
the 12 tribes of Israel, from Judah, Benjamin, Levi,
I'm
Simeon,
talking to the guy that's
Zebulun.
actually.
Yeah, but I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to you because you asked a question, and I was here to answer the question
I
as
didn't
well.
even ask you. I asked
Okay, but I'm talking to you. All right.
yeah,
This
you didn't
right here.
even answer the question. We
He
asked
slide
what your
past me.
nationality was. If you don't know your nationality, you can say I don't really know my
I can just
father.
say I'm American.
That's not a
That's
nationality.
not really a true nationality, because then you would be European.
I usually identify as Mexican, but I don't.
Okay. Well, then you would
Perfect.
be of the
Or
the tribe of
Hispanic.
Issachar.
Hispanic, I guess.
Yeah, you would be of the tribe of Issachar,
Yeah.
and those are the so-called Mexicans today. Now, the reason why we know that this is all based off faith, but the curses that the Lord gave us cling unto us. All right. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the Lord set those curses as a marker and a sign upon His people that now, you would come to a realization through all this hell that you catching that, hey, you need to get back to righteousness.
Right.
And that starts with, repentance through Yahushua, which that's the true name of the Lord, who the world calls Jesus Christ.
And the reason why I said that, because I'm the one who asked you the question of your nationality.
Wait.
The nationality that
You
I
guys
asked
believe
you.
in Jesus Christ?
We don't believe in Jesus Christ. We
Okay,
believe in
okay.
the true Savior, Yahushua. That's His
Okay,
real
all
name.
right.
Who the world calls Jesus Christ, that was a true person, but that's not his real name.
Right.
But he was a real person that walked the earth, conquered death, was resurrected.
Jesus Adorius Christ.
But when he was walking around, there was no J. So how could his name be Jesus?
J wasn't invented until 1624.
That's early, 1500s. So that's 1500 years, give or take, after he was born.
Yeah.
So what was they calling him then? Yeah.
Yeah. Smoking dope. That's what the world is doing, smoking dope. They drinking upon
But-
Babylonian juice.
But really, the Lord is getting ready to set a judgment to this place here, and the only way out is to be predestined for salvation through
So who
the
is
Most High's
the
mercy.
Lord, is it the guy that has a bull head? That
No.
guy bald
So
and
you have the
everything?
Heavenly Father, and then you have His only begotten Son. God isn't going to come down and redeem you, but Yahushua is going to actually make an appearance, through divine means. All right, and He's going to return to this place with judgment and salvation. The only people that are going to get salvation, all right, is going to be the elect of the tribes of the tribes of Israel. So, but there's only a small remnant that's going to see that, because the majority of Israel is wicked. All right,
Yeah.
the
I
majority
get that.
of these people are really wicked right now.
Well, I mean, where does Baal come in? Is he the wicked part or not?
But all in
The guy
Yeah.
with the, you know, he has a bald head. He looks like a
a
cow.
bull. Okay, yeah.
A male
But
cow.
but
That
all
guy.
yeah, that's Baal.
What is that?
He was
is
a
that when the wicked?
well, he was an ancient deity, but they still worship him today.
Yeah.
Your politicians and other people they still worship him.
That,
Well-
they just did that in Israel.
Was that an
Declared
original
war.
person, like in the
So
beginning, or
he's
no?
a false
Came
idol.
later.
He's a false idol. He was like during with times of Egypt, and then moving on forward. Those were like yeah.
Canaanite pagan god.
yeah.
Right? Deity.
So that's a false idol. That's who those people worship him.
And that's what they recently did in Israel. They said that they burned Baal and declared war. Right? There was a article on it, and that's shortly thereafter they went ahead and bombed Iran.
And so that was
It was a sacrifice.
a sacrifice, but it was a ritual.
Yeah, God, that's the word.
Because like the powers that be, they do rituals and enchantments. They have this whole world enchanted, like down to like the shit that we walk on. Like this city, they do stuff called ley lines. So what a ley line is like how they place cities and stuff. It's really on a bigger grid of the world, but it's one big like it's a map, but it's like a power zone of wickedness.
Yeah, like
So it's like
Circuit
when they
board.
draw like a pentagram, you know, and how they do the circles and shit like that. They go inside and then they do they rituals. They do their enchantments. I don't really know too much about that, but it's the same thing with the placement of cities, where how they just like if you go into a casino, they have it set up so when you walk around a casino, it kind of entraps you in there. So when
Percy Jackson.
yeah, so it kind of like you get stuck walking in this circle to spend more money and stuff. So they use that same, just like the signs. Why every sign is like red and yellow, like Denny's red and yellow. The green. Hey shit, Starbucks is a false idol.
Right.
That goes back to some Greek guy, you know. So they use all these things to play on your minds, but it's like that's part of the enchantments of holding the people down to a low frequency, and not ultimately what it comes down to. They kept you from knowing who you are, because once we get our power back and our identity and start following the ways of righteousness, they ain't gonna be able to stop it. We're waiting for our salvation to come through Yahweh Shah. He's gonna bring that, but we need to get that connection back first.
Right.
You do that through finding the truth in the scriptures. You do that by following and hearing the word.
In the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The only way, and the only way to receive salvation is you have to be a part of the nation of the 12
Alright.
tribes of Israel.
Here's the
If you're
problem is you're holding the Holy Bible.
Yeah.
You only go by the Old Testament, right?
no,
No.
we go by New and Old Testament.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the 1611 Bible. It
So
has,
you guys actually believe in hell? Because as far as I knew, you know, Jews
This is hell.
don't believe in hell.
This is
Right.
hell.
so
We're in hell right now.
This is our hell right now. We're in hell. The hell is a condition, all right, that it was laid forth. If you are in a downtrodden state and you can't afford to eat, you can't afford to take care of yourself, is that not hell?
Yeah.
So hell is therefore a condition, not someplace under the ground
Yeah.
that the devil has, that the Christians have taught you there's a devil in a pitchfork. It is a condition that we are laid in. Now, hell is the earth, your body being laid in the earth, that's real, right? We can say that that's real, right?
Yeah.
But there's no other condition that permits that. When you pass, your soul, your spirit goes unto the Heavenly Father, right? And the scriptures support that.
right. So really, hell in the Bible Well, in the Old Testament specifically, when you see the word hell, it goes into the Hebrew word is Sheol, and
Yeah.
it's just talking about the grave.
The grave pit.
Yeah.
I can't remember that, Dad. I can't remember the three definitions. Grave pit, and there's like one more.
Yeah. So
But that's the Old Testament. But
yeah, in the New Testament, you know, hell is, you know, that
that means
word
eternal.
go. They liken it to Hades, which that's mythology. When it goes into like, it's still, that's like the translation, because when things get translated, sometimes the words is a little bit different, you know. But when hell is just being an undesirable condition or in the grave when it's speaking about it. But this is Isaiah 14:9. It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings and nations." And that's speaking about, you know, the current rulers and everything right now. You know, they're gonna go down ultimately, you know, into that grave. All right, they're gonna ultimately be put out of power. They're gonna get, you know, they gonna die within, you know, this lifetime. You know, and unless they go into those bunkers, you know, which are, they're going to be their fallout stations from avoiding the missiles that are coming to hit this place.
Like you said, like Cal, like you said, a grave pit. What else you said?
That's the third definition.
Well-
Grave pit.
Well, I'm gonna give you a precept here. Matthew 10:28, and it says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." When you go into, I'm using the blue letter, but when you go into that word, hell, the usage is, like you said, the grave or the pit. It was originally a valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where they buried their filth and the dead animals in the city,
Yeah.
where they were cast out and burnt.
They burn.
Yeah, and it's also a fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. And their future destruction is captivity. Because as the scripture said in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 10, it says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." So those that put us in this lowly condition, when we get our power back and our rulership back, we're gonna do to them what they did to us, but double. We're gonna put them in subjection. So they're gonna know exactly what it feels like to be in that lowest state.
And a righteous recompense.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be actually kind of being the purpose, punishing people now? I mean, isn't that what you're saying? We're gonna like punish them.
Well, right now we can't do nothing to them because
No,
they're-
but that's what you just said. That we're gonna punish them now, right?
no, not
Well,
now.
in the kingdom.
In the kingdom to come, that's soon to come, but not right now.
Yeah, in the kingdom, pretty much we're gonna go into a role reversal.
Yep.
You know, really, you know, you a slave right now. You employed, right? If you had a job,
Yeah.
yeah, you employed. That employment is pretty much slavery.
Yep.
It's
And-
just they give you the delusion that you know
That you're-
that you're free,
Right.
Yeah, but that's capitalism, so that's another thing. And
but it's the same.
yeah.
You still gotta
Wake up, wake up,
right.
Clock in, clock out.
If you don't do that, then
fire.
you know shit, life's gonna get rough.
Right.
And even then, your birth certificate, that you signed your life away to this government.
Hey, slaves have that condition too, right? Back in slavery, if you didn't do what the master said, what happened? You got beat, right? Ultimately, if you didn't get beat and you chose not to do it, you want to be a runaway or whatever, what did they do? They take your very life.
Yeah, this is just like a softer new age. You know, they made it look more glamorous and you know.
It went
And
from,
it was essentially so everybody could be enslaved,
yeah,
right? The Emancipation Proclamation
Yeah.
that Lincoln did was for everybody to be enslaved, not to free the slaves,
They
just
said-
to make everybody a slave.
They said we could make so much money off of these people. We could just do it to the whole world.
Yeah, they basically went from a physical private slavery to a big mental corporation.
Yeah, corporate.
Yeah. Let me pull this. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. It's like Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 7, and it reads, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, who gave it."
So
all right?
the dust being your body, and the spirit, your spirit goes back to the Heavenly Father who gave it. So
Right. So that once again, proving that there is no hell. Right? So there can't be a hell if the spirit returns unto the Father. How could there be a devil and a pitchfork under the ground claiming to our souls are going to burn for an eternity?
Wait. The only thing now, I know some stuff, but I've never read the Bible. I just know little bits and
Yeah.
pieces. So, but the devil is at least mentioned in the Old Testament. Yes or no?
Yes, but the devil is the so-called white man that the Bible speaks of. Right? The devil goes back to Esau, Edom. Right?
So I don't know if devil is actually in the Old Testament. The word itself, devil.
Oh, devil, Satan, Lucifer
Satan.
is.
Satan is.
That's a different. I can educate you on that if I need to, but that's
He
a
was
different
saying,
story.
so to my understanding, what you were saying is, does the Bible speak of the devil?
Yes.
Right? Not the actual word devil, but the devil. Right?
Oh, devil, Satan,
Satan.
So,
fallen
yeah.
angel.
So
whatever.
those all is
Lucifer
kind of
is.
different.
We won't discuss that one yet.
I mean, they kind of in conjunction of explaining each other though. So devil itself just it goes into the adversary.
Mhm.
The adversary of Israel is Esau Edom. Okay, Esau Edom today is the so-called white man. All right, he's the wicked of the Bible. That's the adversary of the righteous. Okay, that's the devil. That's the physical counterpart of Satan. Satan is an angel, but he does the left hand work of God.
Yeah.
So he takes orders from God when he needs to do, when God needs him to do something for him. All right, and then he plays that out. The physical counterpart being the actual man of the wicked, he's doing like what Satan wants him to do. He asks Satan for permission to do what he does, and Satan has to go back to God and ask if they could do it.
Right.
That's like their chain of commandment.
and
Order.
As John 8:44 it tells you that the devil, all right, ye your father the devil, right? The devil is talking about the Satan, and the devil being the counterpart Esau Edom on earth, to perform and to push out his way, and to push out his way, to push after the way that of wickedness instead of the way of righteousness.
I got a precept to back up. This is the book of Job. It's gonna be chapter 2. Oh, you had it?
No, you gotta go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, this is Job chapter 2, verse 1, and it says, "Again, there was a day when the sons of the power came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahweh."
Yeah, let this brother. You got it.
Yeah. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had his sons, which is Satan, the counterpart, the devil, being Esau Edom, all right, to present himself, but the spiritual aspect of the devil, which is Satan, the energy, the Cain, right? That same spirit, angel, that same spirit is here on the earth. That same spirit is here on the earth, deceiving the people, helping the people become more defiled, more deluded, stay farther away from God, because this is ultimately his part. Satan is a son of the Most High on the left-hand side, doing his work, doing his bidding on the left-hand side. As Job was tried, right? You remember the story about Job?
Yeah, actually, I mean, how does that story go?
So Job was tried. Job is tried. He was found amongst men to be the greatest servant, right? And the Most High, Yahweh, told Satan, this is what this story goes into, to test myself. Go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Job chapter 2, verse 2, and it says, "And Yahweh said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down in it."
right, going to and from the earth, traveling back and forth, putting spirits out, manipulating, giving place so that judgment can be found. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man?
So have you considered my servant Job a perfect and upright man? Job was righteous in the eyes of the Lord still. Have you considered my servant? There is none like him. Go ahead and continue.
And it says, one that feareth the power and escheweth evil.
So he had fear of the Most High. He knew what to do and what not to do. What was acceptable for the Lord. Go ahead.
And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause.
Right. And so the Most High said, go ahead and test him. I want to make sure, even though I already know, but let's go ahead and double check and make sure that he is going to take care of me and stand by my word, no matter what that I do to him.
It was like a bet that Satan had. Like I could move him, you know, from
He's
his
gonna
faith.
read it. You could drop down and read it and get to the point right there.
Ringing a bell where it's like kind of testing it.
Yeah, go ahead, Darash Prayer.
I'm going to drop down to verse 7. It says, so went Satan forth from the presence of Yahweh and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. In verse 8, he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. 9, then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain that integrity? Curse the Most High and die.
Do you? So his wife said, why don't you just curse the Most High and just perish? Just die. But he held his integrity. Why? Because it was Satan's job, right, to test him, to make sure, to try to turn him, to make sure that he was fit to serve the Lord, to make sure that he was fit to continue in his way. He lost everything. Job was a man of great wealth, of great influence, but yet the Most High tried him. Why? Because we are to be tried. We are to stand tall for Yahweh Shem Yahushai and humble ourselves before him as well. We have to be a defender of the gospel, defender of his way of life. Because the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the only way. There is no other way unto salvation, and there's really no way to live outside of the law, statutes, and commandments given by the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. Us walking around here, people doing what they want to do, women wearing pants, talking back, children being disobedient, men loving other men, other nations coming up against you. And that's the thing, it's not politics, it's just righteousness. The scriptures already determined what was righteous.
Look, there are things that are said in the Bible, right? And church influence where it came from the church. It's just like, well, you guys are, I guess, like Jewish, right? Or what would you go?
Israelites.
Israelites. Okay, but you agree there's two different distinctions. There's what's on the book and what's in church. You know, where, I mean, I can't really speak for you guys, but I just know, like, let's say Christians, you're condemned to go to hell if you do suicide, but that's church influence. In the Bible, you're not condemned to go to hell. It's a sin, right? But you're not condemned, is it or no?
So
you guys know your Bible, right?
Yeah, but
I mean, so you can double check me on that one. But you're not condemned.
take your own life.
You're not condemned.
But that's going back into what
It's just like
what do you think?
even
hell
being
is?
gay, you're not condemned. It's probably like
No, you can't. That's against the law. See, what we're speaking goes back to this. These other churches, they do speak of things and then they can't back it up scripturally. But yeah, you're not supposed to lay with another man. You're not supposed to lay with animals. You're not, women not supposed to wear men's clothes.
You're not supposed to take your own life.
Yeah, that's
in
against.
the Old Testament, you can also stone a woman if she cheats on a man, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
It's adultery.
That's what
Do
the.
you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you would actually agree with the
So
woman
look,
being
we
stoned,
not
yes
gonna
or
do
no?
that in this time
Of course.
because we can't. But in the kingdom, that's going to take place. It's not going to take place with our people, because our people are going to be changed, and they're going to have the laws within them. So they're not even going to think about doing that. Every one of these people on a part of the 12 tribes of Israel not going to have a wicked bone or thought in their body in the kingdom. That's the beauty of the kingdom. We're going to be the judges of this new world, meaning that they're going to come to us to learn righteousness. In servitude, they're going to be in rigorous bondage and slavery for 1,000 years. After that 1,000 years, the so-called white man not going to be around no more, and these other nations, they going to appreciate and learn the ways of Yahweh Hashem Shai's people.
Yep. Because learn righteousness.
That's what's coming, and then the world's going to be moving. It's going to flourish because of it. The laws of the Most High, they're to promote righteousness, but that's better living. Really, the wisdom of the Lord goes into immortality.
Right.
That's why our people will never die,
Hey,
because we're never going to sin. Sin is the transgression of death. That's what we're moving into. That's what we're out here.
The transgression of the law.
Yeah. What did I say?
The transgression of death.
Oh, transgression of the law is
It leads you
sin,
to
but
death.
sin leads you to death.
Right.
So that's what we're out here, giving you the warning to come back, so you can be a part of something bigger. Which, you got it.
Go ahead, finish your point.
I was just saying that was the point.
Okay.
Which the bigger thing is, not only telling you what the good news of what's coming, because that's coming on the back end no matter what. That's what God has in store for Israel. But this time right now, the world is about to experience extreme hardships.
Yeah, but they always say that every every
But
decade,
but it's
and it
going to
never
happen.
happens. It
Yeah,
never
go with
happens.
Terry. Wait for it.
Yeah, believe not the incredulity.
I mean, we
of
might
that.
have World War III.
That means
maybe
the-
happening.
that
right
means
now.
the lack of
we
faith.
Might, but
It is happening right now.
There's no might about it.
We're
Well,
in World War III.
The thing is, here's the thing: we don't know it because it's not happening to the USA yet.
Right, but we see what's happening
If
over
it
there.
does happen, then
it's coming
we're
over
gonna
here.
know for
Okay.
sure what's
Go
going to
ahead,
happen.
go
But
ahead.
the thing is, like
Yeah.
I know it. What's going on? Iran, USA, and
Well,
Israel
if
attacking.
you knew it, you should be convinced and
Yeah.
see that, that hey, these times are upon us.
And you were talking about the churches, right? We don't follow those churches, right? We follow the scriptures and the word of
Yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Churches didn't come until like the New Testament, right? Or no?
So the church has always been there, as far as the people, because where two or more are gathered, there I am in the midst. You're in church right now, right?
Yeah.
So a harlot house, which the scriptures talk about, the harlot house, the churches, where people go to get indoctrinated, to told and fed those lies, speak unto them smooth things, right? Those places are an abomination unto the Lord. All right, it's not the word. Where the word of truth is where Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is. He only dwells and only deals with truth. Falsehood, fables, and lies have to be called out when truth is around.
What's a fable again?
A lie, a story, a fairy tale. Right? So, a false doctrine saying that, oh, everybody can be saved is a lie. Not everybody has salvation. The scriptures clearly tell you that salvation is for his people. His people. The book tells you his people are Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are his people. So if he says salvation is for my people, how can it be any other nation? I already gave you the blueprint to who's being saved and who has the opportunity.
All right. So I mean, we're allowed to be converted to any of them or no?
It goes by your blood. So whatever
Well, so then,
whatever your father is. If your father, your real father, not your stepfather.
yeah,
If your
my
real
step-
if your real
my
father
real
is
father
Mexican,
was born in Mexico. Now, we know the history of how we got conquered by Spaniards,
Yeah.
Indians. So we don't know who's the real father, but
Right.
I would be
But
Mexican.
this is, and it's judge the spirit by the spirit. You didn't stop and stayed here this long because you're a other nation.
No, actually, I like to hear.
Right,
I like to actually like
Well,
give,
I could
give,
add a point.
give a chance. So you know, I mean,
This is I got
Hold on.
Okay.
So, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai didn't have you stop here just to listen and scoff and mock. You're up here genuinely asking a question, wanting to test our knowledge, as well as wanting to gain some knowledge,
yeah.
right? So that is trying the spirit by the spirit. The words that we are telling you are not of our own. Our scripture is of no private interpretation. This is the words. Everything that you have asked, we have backed up with fact from the Bible. Everything that you have come to ask has been scriptural. So we are testing your spirit. As you were testing us, we're testing your spirit. Your spirit says, and you just said your father goes back to so-called Mexican, which would be the tribe of Issachar. So if you are of the tribe of Issachar, the blessings belong to you because of your father's line. Now, if your father's line doesn't go back through the conquering or whatever, right, and you so happen to be of another nation, you don't
So,
have an opportunity at
It would be a Gentile then?
Correct.
Isn't that kind of bad then?
It
That's
is.
discriminating now.
It
Why
would,
can't you accept everybody?
because the Lord doesn't accept everyone.
I mean, here, I'm a Gentile. Well, at least, I'm not sure if it goes by you guys, but I would, let's just say if I went by 1948 Israel, I probably would be a Gentile just because I'm agnostic.
All right.
That's why I'm agnostic.
We've all been in a Gentile mind state. Israelites, because we've been scattered throughout the earth. They took our heritage from us. We didn't know who we were. We didn't know who the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai was. We didn't know the name of the Father or the only begotten Son. So we learned the way of the heathens. We envied our oppressor. We said, yes, you give us food. Yes, you take care of us. Yes, you help us. We can live. Okay, we're gonna follow after you. Originally, hey, in the South, what did they have? They had the slave Bible, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Another proof of information that they took out of the book, what belongs to us.
Yeah, well, one thing I like to, not trying to offend you guys, use it against black people that are Christians is, you do know that when you're in slavery, you were beaten the shit out of to be indoctrinated to believe in Christianity, right?
Yeah, that's all of us.
And that's just fucked up, but you know, it's the truth.
But that's all of us. That's the whole nation of Israel. Did it not happen to the who the world calls Mayans, Indians?
Yeah, they already lost their roots, you know, and then they got coerced by Christianity,
Right.
you know,
Catholics,
through those Spaniards, you know.
every
So,
it is a
but they put their own twist on it.
yep.
See, these
Continuous
devils
cycle.
put and took Christianity and they made it for them to where they were the people. Okay, this is the truth goes back that hey, we're the people. And then knowing that all these people in the scriptures were, you know, the prophets, they were of Israel, and that they're speaking to you. All right, that's a whole different spirit when reading the Bible.
Right.
Do you kind of get it? What I'm saying?
Yeah, just could you repeat that? I was spacing out a little.
So coming to the you know, we had an identity crisis.
Yeah.
We didn't know who we truly were. We thought we were Mexican, those proverbs, Black, Latino, Native American. But when we woke up that we're Israelites, then you know that hey, the chosen people of God, you know, really were those people that were struggling, cast out because they disobeyed the Most High's commandment. So knowing that it comes with a different spirit of understanding, that you could go in these scriptures and read. You're reading about the history of your forefathers now, okay? now this is putting you in remembrance back to that former glory that we once had. All right, and that is going to be given to us again when we fulfill this, this chastisement, because this is what this current position and state that we're in is really a chastisement or an ass whooping from the Most High, saying that you need to get right so you don't got to be suffering no more. Because this is suffering. This ain't living. The air we breathe is defiled. The food we eat is defiled. The whole planet's messed up. And we want something better than that. We know that we were actually created for something better than what we're actually in. But that was pretty much the point.
But you can go ahead and pull that point.
This was about, we go by the seed of your father, okay? This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, and it says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees. And when you go into the word pedigrees, that goes into the word lineage, which goes back to what he was saying about a bloodline. After their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So when we ask you, about your nationality, we always ask, who's your father? Where does he come from? Because you are his seed, you are his descendant. Your mother, she's just basically the carrier. She carries your dad's, she carries the seed.
Yeah, and those records, really, we used to have a record of our fathers, but they got lost. Now we go, it's a spirit that you come in that leads you, that we could recognize you, and that it's a spiritual thing.
There's one thing I disagree though. I mean, couldn't you just accept anyone as long as they, let's just say, like, oh shit, you know what, you guys have a point, or no?
Well, they could agree.
Not agree, but like, oh shit, I've been, awoken. You know what?
Yeah, I mean, some other nations they do know that the children of Israel are these people.
Well, I mean, we're not just saying acknowledge, like.
Well, they do.
Let's just say
there's videos out there.
Somebody that's a Gentile.
Yeah,
I mean, do you guys accept Gentiles? Yes or no?
I mean, they could hear it. They could come and listen to it, but they won't be a part of the blessings that God gave his people.
Why not? I mean, let's just say they want to be part of it, and they believe they want to be converted.
Okay.
There's no exception.
There's still going to be they still have to suffer the judgment. You got it.
I got it. This is Amos 3. I'm sorry, verse 1. It says, hear this word that Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
It said, listen up, Israel.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known for all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right. Only you, Israel, have I known. He doesn't care about anybody else. He cares about his people, those who he chose.
Yeah.
Isn't Israel a person in the Old Testament?
Yes, it's
originally.
Jacob.
Yeah, but that's the progenitor of all the nations, of all these tribes, saying all the people that came out of the tribes.
So these are all
let me
he's
tell
kind
you
of
this.
like the president in a way.
So let me ask you this. He said Israel had to suffer, okay? Out of all the families, you only have I known. He made us suffer. Okay, so why should the Most High give them these other nations the same reward if they didn't have to suffer with us?
Yeah.
Do they deserve it? You just get to jump in and say, hey,
I agree.
I'm with you. I agree with y'all. If that's the case, man, I'm white. I'm a Rothschild, and I need my tax.
Aren't we entering the
It's
zone
my
of
money.
Zionism now?
It's my money, and I want it now.
Zionism now?
No.
But I'm saying hypothetically.
Well,
Hypothetically, because if that was the case, I would say right now in this current condition, I identify as white, and I need a 800 credit score, and I want a bank loan, but they ain't gonna give it to me. It's the same thing with the Most High.
If that was
You
the
didn't
case,
go. You didn't go you didn't have to suffer with these people, and it wasn't assigned to you to suffer with these people. Therefore, you can't get the glory that I have designated to these people.
Right. You'd be a Prince of Saudi or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we wouldn't be in this position if I could just say I get down with you. Would you? Shit, I wouldn't.
So what would would you consider Israel identifies as with the current Israel? Like that would be your
No.
holy land or whatever it's called.
Oh,
the land belongs to us.
Yeah, that land does belong. Now, the land that they're in isn't the full extent of that land. It's actually bigger than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're in our lands right now.
Yeah.
The Lord's gonna move us back there in due time.
Which will be in your lands if
Yeah.
you're Issachar.
Our
So they're in our land.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So this will show you that the Most High is a separatist and he has a favorite of people. Deuteronomy 7:6 says, "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, thou power. The Lord thou God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth."
Above all people, he chose these people to be his and belong to him, as he says in Deuteronomy 37. All right? He just said here in Deuteronomy 7. All right? He chose the nation of Israel, the 12 sons of Jacob, to be his chosen people, and the children that follow thereafter. So that's why the Most High says he doesn't want anybody else. He's already chosen. He made his selection. And he made his selection from the beginning. He already knew who he wanted. Now it's for us to play out his scripts. Just as a movie. This is a big movie. That's why we read the scriptures.
Yeah.
Right? We're following the script.
Yeah.
It just so happens amongst nations, Israel is the main character amongst nations.
All right.
And, before you go, I have one other scripture.
No, actually, let me do this one. So let's just say I'm really good best friends with a Gentile, and I just disagree with you. This guy is the greatest person ever, but he just so happens to be a Gentile. Now,
He could be your slave.
how do
in
you
the
feel
kingdom.
about that?
He could be your slave in the kingdom.
Yeah,
So I could take
Or
him
he
in.
could be an Israelite. He could be an Israelite though. We don't really know off of
Okay.
appearance.
This is the book. This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. It reads,
Actually, wait. Let me hear his point.
But-
That was my point.
believe,
No. He was gonna say it.
bless,
Hold on.
bless, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they are of the power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because many false prophets are gone out unto the world. So you're trying the spirit. You're trying the spirit of that friend, right? You're trying him to see if that friend, try the spirit by the spirit to see if he really is of you. You sort of vibe with that person most likely because he could be of the nation of Israel. Once again, it doesn't matter about your appearance. It doesn't matter that he looks like a so-called Chinese man, so-called white man, so-called black man. There's a so-called black man whose fathers go back to a so-called white man. Does he get the promise because he looks black?
Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
Right. That's not, it doesn't belong to him. He was not meant to suffer through and receive the blessings that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has in store for his people.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras. It's going to be chapter 6, verse 56. And this is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai thinks about all these other nations that are outside the nation of Israel. And it says, "As for the other people who also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel." So that right there just goes to show you what the Lord thinks about all these other nations. They like the brother said, like Israel is the one nation that the Most High is concerned with. All these other nations, it's whatever. They got to play their part. And eventually,
There's a role for them. They're gonna have a role, but the Most High, he's dealing with his people.
in verse 57 it says, "And now, O Lord, behold these heathen," which is referring to the other nations, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Right.
So,
You got it.
So, that right there tells you the estate that we're in. We're in the lowly estate. These other nations, they're over us right now. Why is that? Because we were disobedient. We fell because we didn't obey like we were supposed to. So this is our punishment.
Right, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua says, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. All right? Every bird around about seek to devour. Right? So once again, you can look like anybody else, but this is what determines your father's line. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's not about the outward appearance. That's the judgment of man. Because if you see me with riding in a Bentley and having a nice suit on with $15,000 in my pocket, what do you perceive I am?
Might be rich,
Might be rich. I could be a wealthy man.
but that could be a friend. He ain't got.
I could have rented that car. I could have $1,000 with a bunch of ones underneath. And I told you I had $15,000 in my pocket, and I rented the car and I rented the suit.
Yeah, Mayweather. Mayweather broke right now.
Right?
He ain't Money Mayweather. He old Money Mayweather.
So, hey, it's all about perception. The perception of this world is foolishness to the Most High. The wisdom of this world, Salaki, is foolishness with the Most High. All right?
And ultimately, you know, the Lord did things certain ways because, you know, that's what He's seeing right, and you can't. What He's seeing right is right, because He's the power of all powers. Yeah, He's the one, the creator of everything.
Right.
So it's like you can't combat that. Then, you know.
Romans 9.
Yeah.
How can it made me thus? Why have thou made me thus? How are you going to tell the Most High that made you what you are to be, and how you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to accept?
Yeah, the potter and the clay.
Right.
Now your friend, he might be an Israelite that looked like a heathen nation, or he might be of a heathen nation that's just kind of cool.
Right.
Now, either way, what does that mean for you and your salvation? You know?
Work out thy own salvation with fear and trembling. Because can that man appear before the judgment seat for you?
I mean, you guys got a point. I mean, he needs to meet some Israelites, because I'm not gonna lie, he's a little anti-Semitic, and I get it. But
But we're Israelites.
Yeah.
Israelites.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
if he probably met you guys, he probably would vibe with you guys.
He could be a jig.
Hey,
You know?
He
And
might
if he
think.
does,
I
all
mean,
praises
he's
to
not
Yahweh
gonna change his
Shem Yahushua.
religion. I don't think he will.
Yeah.
But because he's hardcore Catholic,
Hey, that's what it says. Hey,
he'll probably, you know, entertain you guys, discuss all that. It'll be a friendly debate.
Oh, we don't debate.
Yeah, we just.
This is
I
not a
said
debate.
friendly.
Yeah, it's not a debate though.
I mean, I wouldn't say we're arguing. Well,
No, we're not.
we're not
really
arguing.
arguing, but yeah.
We're just
you ask
pulling
a
out the
couple
facts of the
questions,
scripture.
showing you
We're
what
telling
it
you
is.
who you are and who you belong to.
You could accept it or deny it. He could accept it or deny it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we got the blood off our hands because we have a commandment. We are told to go out to the highways and byways to preach and to spread the good news and the gospel,
Yeah.
right? So it's our job, whether you care to accept it or deny it. You can walk from here and be like, those fucking guys don't know what they're talking about. They have nothing. That's okay. It's gonna be fine with us. We're not gonna lose any sleep over. You know what we would lose sleep over? If you stood here and we didn't say anything to you. We didn't acknowledge the fact or see if you had a question to seek the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We lose sleep over that. Why? Because ultimately we were told to come out into the highways and byways. And we didn't do our job then. But we do our job when we ask if you have any questions. Is there anything that we can help you understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Do you know the name of the Heavenly Father? Right? Do you know that the MOTB, right? Go ahead and pull the MOTB. Matter of fact.
And
I thought you guys don't, or you do believe in Satan. It's not hell.
what?
No, MOTB, the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
The
just
seed,
remember, you guys do believe in Satan.
right? This very thing is a device that the counterpart, the devil, Esau, Edom, all right, the counterpart of Satan, has the power. This gives him the power to set up his technocracy. He wants to make everything and turn everything anew, a new money system, a new digital age. This is the industrial, like they had the industrial age. The digital age is being pushed forward. The technical age. AI. Artificial intelligence.
That's a part of it.
He wants to be all inside of you, so he wants to be your God.
Right? And before we pull that, Darash, you had a point?
No, I was going to say that the law is our schoolmaster. But this is Galatians. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 3, verse 24. And it says, "Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith."
Right, so we're justified by faith by submitting ourselves unto the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which therefore, is the law, statutes, and commandments. Remembering and coming up under the order of the schoolmaster. All right, Yahushai, being the head schoolmaster.
That's rehearsing those righteous acts because we ain't perfect right now.
Right, but we do it to the best of our ability. Right, we refrain from the things that are unlawful. Right, the acts that are unlawful, to the best of our ability. We put away. We don't eat shrimp, pork, and lobster. All right, we don't continue and smoke cigarettes and live carelessly.
Sleeping with another man's woman.
Sleeping with another man's woman. We live with a purpose. Our purpose is to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Our purpose is to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, so that we may have a shot at opportunity at salvation, to be delivered from this coming hell. This place, America, is going to burn with thermonuclear fire. ICBM missiles were going to hit the shores of America. This bitch is going to be destroyed. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely shall not tarry. How many times have you heard? You said decades after decades have they been saying. But all things must come to an end. How many times you see in a movie where they say the end is near, the end is near? How many times have you heard war is on the horizon? Before there's wars, there was a proxy war. Before they started war with the missiles, they started war in the financial system. Before they started the war in the financial system, they started war on the food. Before they started the war on the food, they started war on your mind. They have continuously engaged in war against you, against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's people. War has always been here. War is the very culture of America. There has been war when you were in the womb against your mother's womb, against your father's seed. Everything that this devil do is war. But he doesn't remember that Yahweh is the God of war. It is him who controls all things. There is nothing that these devils can do against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai nor his people, because he fights for us. We don't fight for ourselves. We stand in the background until he moves us to the forefront. Now the Israelites are being moved to the forefront. Prophecy is dictating. Prophecy is speaking loud and clear. 2/3 of our own people are gonna fucking perish and die. And good riddance. You'll come back in the kingdom. You'll come back with a better mind behind yourself. You'll come back understanding the laws, statutes, and commandments. I don't want my children to be degenerates. Nobody wants their daughter to be a hoe. No, it's not politics. It's just the truth. You have children?
I mean,
Do you have children?
Would you be okay with your son being a hoe? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Would I be a what?
That's the thing. We gotta distinguish things. You can't be calling daughter a hoe. You also gotta be. Also, I don't want my son to be a hoe, right? Yes or no?
My son be a hoe? How can?
Well, yeah, because it's
My son can have. My son should have
it's
many
okay
wives.
to be.
My son should have many wives. Should he not? Don't the scriptures support that?
Yeah, maybe back when we needed men because we were losing a bunch of men during wartime, probably. Yeah.
Did he give a time period, said only in this time period? Does the scripture says anywhere in this time period, just this time period?
Speculation on my part.
See? But once again, scriptures are not of any private interpretation.
Yeah. Does the Old Testament at all say make being gay a you're more likely to go to hell if
That's
you're
a
gay.
sin.
That's
No,
it.
it's-
No,
It's
in
just a
the
sin,
Old
right?
Testament, if you lay with another man and that was found out,
You both stone.
you were gonna get put to death.
Yeah. But it didn't mean you were condemned to hell, right?
But that's the thing. You're thinking of the
place of the
hell
fiery
or the
pit.
place underneath. That's not. Once you die on this earth, your spirit goes back to the heavenly Father.
Okay, well,
That's the truth
if a
about it.
woman cheated
She'll
on
be
a woman, she gets stoned to death. So it's
Right.
the same
If a
shit.
And our
woman's with a
spirit
woman,
becomes-
she goes.
And
Go
that,
back to-
that got abolished eventually. So why
No.
shouldn't the other one be abolished?
The laws of
it's
man.
not abolished.
Laws of man dictated and said it's okay. We're not under the Most High's law right now.
Yeah. That's why we're not performing those things here,
right.
because we have no authority here. We don't have power here. But in the kingdom, if another nation did one of those things, it's gonna get that judgment is gonna go out expediently, because there's gonna be no unrighteousness in the kingdom allowed. It's not gonna be tolerated.
It's transgression. Transgression of the law is death. And such as whatever law that you broke, whatever judgment it is for that law, that's what you will receive.
But the thing is, a lot of the way that you thinking right now is still under, being influenced underneath this current power. That women have specific rights. That's all.
Keep in mind,
Western
I'm agnostic,
philosophy.
so
Yeah.
I take a lot of things into consideration.
But yeah, that's cool. But
You know,
but we
like,
telling you that we
I
we
would
don't.
probably, I would want to hear from a Buddhist, a
I mean-
Hinduist as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, we know and we're solidified in what's right as what God put in the Bible.
Yeah.
Everything else, that's a false way. This has the keys to what our people are supposed to be following and living after. We're here, Lord willing, we be those men. We're here to give you that true understanding of what we found to be true. We're here to give it to the rest of the people of our nation
Yeah.
to find that full insurance.
Right.
That we found that love, and 100%, believe in it. That's what persuaded us to come out here and do what we're doing now. It's not of ourselves,
Right.
because we couldn't be doing this past 4, 5, plus years, going back to the apostles that we learned from 40 plus years. That's how long this thing has been in motion, since the early late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
They've been telling you that the MOTB, the mark of the beast, is the RFID chip. The same thing that Elon Musk is about to push out with Neuralink. It's that same device. They've been saying that back in the 70s.
The neural web.
When this come out, the so-called white man, he's gonna enforce on all the people around the world. If you take that, that's a direct FU to the Most High. That's putting this earthly power, this government, as your God. And if you do that, the Most High is going to take you out.
Right.
And that's what we're warning our people about, because that's coming real soon. In the scriptures, this comes, right before the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, right before the destruction. Okay, you look in the news, you type in Neuralink, RFID, CHIP, you're gonna see all sorts of information about it. It's in the law.
Right.
That's why they're collapsing this economy. They're collapsing the dollar. They're gonna put up a digital dollar.
And it's not only Neuralink. You have Neural Web. You have Walmart. You have
there's
Digital
different
Tattoo.
brands.
There's different brands.
But it's the same device. It's that it's what's in your credit card, that chip in your credit card. They're gonna put that in your hand. It's also a tracking, so they could track where you at. It gives you access to places. Well, guess what? If you don't have that in you, you ain't gonna be able to buy, sell, or trade. And this is what the scripture says.
That's part of it, but
You ain't gonna be able to buy, sell, trade, go into live freely. That's what they showed you with COVID-19. If you didn't take the jab, all right, what, you couldn't go places, you couldn't go to work, all right? That was a test run. But they about to give you the real thing, because this is what, in their minds, this is gonna give them world domination. This is what's gonna, this is their
End-all, be-all.
plateau. This is how they regain that power that they lost. But guess what? The Lord's gonna strike them down before they could do it.
You got it, Darash.
This is going back to what you were talking about, how this is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17, and it says, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel."
Right. Hey, so no whore.
Hey.
No woman that gathers abroad of the daughter of Israel, and no sodomite, no man that lays with another man, or a woman that lays with another woman.
And that was in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy means is a second book of the law. So
This is the law. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has already dictated what is righteous and what is unrighteous. There is no other way to live. Any other way, you living after any other way is leading you to death ultimately.
therefore I shall hate every false way.
Yep.
All right, so let me step in. So as long as I'm like, let's just say, Israelite, I'm allowed to have plus ones, right?
You
So,
said
hey,
plus ones?
my friend, he's full on gay, but he believes everything else.
Nah.
Can we bring him in?
No.
Oh, she's full on whore. Can I bring her in?
There's no plus one.
Oh, but I thought you said we have plus one. I believe in this person. It just so
Yeah.
happens they
You
have
don't
this
get
one condition.
You don't get to
It says,
I thought
work
you
out
said I
thy
have
own
plus
salvation.
ones. I thought you said I have plus ones. Though.
no. Every man has to go through that straight gate by themselves.
Right.
That straight gate, is the path to the kingdom.
I think you were saying when the brother said, when he said you can have that person as your slave, right? That person will be your slave in the kingdom.
If he was,
Well, I wasn't.
If
seeing
it was
that
a
person
heathen.
as a slave at all.
Oh,
No,
that's
but-
too harsh for you right
Yeah.
now. That's what it is.
But
Under Western philosophy, that's
So
too
can
harsh.
I have a gay slave? Maybe
there will be
You
there
ain't
will be
gonna have
none of that.
Maybe
that ain't
a
gonna be
horse
There will be
slave
none
too
of
as well.
there will be none of that in the kingdom. There will be none of
There will
that.
be none of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
And-
we ain't gonna be able to dwell in the sight of wickedness.
right, and we understand right now. You have the liberty to think this way. That's why it's funny to you, and it's okay with you in a way to say, okay, I really like this person. I feel, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai doesn't give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah, because
He doesn't care about
Oh.
mine or a fuck about any of our feelings
Yeah.
if it's not on one accord with him.
or he'll destroy your ass.
and ultimately the people that are going to be saved, they were predestined for it. So God, the people that are the Israelites that hear Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus, hear and follow after him, God predestined them to listen. He gave them to Yahweh Shai. Okay, therefore you ain't gonna have a plus one. All right, it's everybody that's already been assigned, and there's no room for extras, and you ain't gonna be like, this is my best friend. I mean, I'm just saying, this is my best friend. He's wicked as hell, but because he knows
I
me.
didn't say
But
I
I
was
love
bringing
it.
anyone that's wicked. He just probably,
But
he's just not a Gentile.
But you said it.
Okay,
you was
yeah,
trying to
but
bring
I
someone
was
with a
entertaining
You
even
was-
like
yeah,
a
you
little
was-
extra.
You was playing semantics, but no, you ain't gonna be able to do that. Even if he was right, somewhat what the world called a good guy, and you said, "Oh, I want to save you too." If he's not of the Most High's elect, he ain't coming.
Hey, I'm gonna get this book of
That
Proverbs.
that doesn't mean he's not gonna be in the kingdom, but he's not gonna receive salvation on the side, because salvation is a two-part thing. There's a salvation in freeing your mind. And learning this truth, and then there's a physical deliverance. All right, we're going to be physically, that fire that we were talking about that's coming to Babylon the Great, we're going to be physically taken out of that destruction. Lord willing, we be a part of that chosen. That's what we're getting ready to see. Just as in Egypt, the children of Israel were delivered, all right, by that pillar of fire that led the way and cast darkness onto the Egyptians and light unto the Israelites, so they could move. That same it said as a greater deliverance is coming in these times.
This is book of Proverbs, chapter 1, start at verse 25, and it reads, "But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as your fear cometh as destruction, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. So the Most High doesn't care. He is going to laugh because you scoffed and you mocked and you went against my word. I gave you the opportunity to hear the truth. I gave you the opportunity to follow. I put my prophets out on the highways and byways so you could receive the word, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians. And for the worldly aspect, Negro, West Indian, Haitian, Dominican, Guatemalan to Panamanian, Puerto Rican, Cuban, North American Indian, Seminole Indian, the Argentinians to Chile, Colombian to Uruguay, and Mexican. I gave all of you a chance to hear my word. But you wanted to follow after other gods and follow after these fucking heathens. You wanted to follow after Buddha. You wanted to put yourself on the throne and be like the Chinese man, be like the white man, all right? Be like the Arab man. You want to be all these people, but you don't want to be who I made you to be. So therefore, once again, I'm gonna laugh at you, your calamity, and mock you when your fear comes, and say, what about now? What about that friend? Can that friend save you? Go to that friend that could save you.
Because
You can't save me at all.
That's the point. He can't save you at all, period.
Yeah, so
it doesn't matter what you do.
So what we doing here?
Accept God at least in general, at the very least.
But at the end of the day, what we doing here?
But either way, you did say come a lot. You were talking about come a lot.
Yeah, come to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yeah.
Right? Come to serve him. And if you're not coming to serve him, then you're coming against him. And since you are coming against him, he is going to make sure without a shadow of a doubt that your destruction be gruesome.
Yeah.
And that you receive every bit of the calamity.
Because when that time comes, everybody gonna be trying to seek after the Most High when destruction is about. All right. When shit's really bad.
I think the New Testament
when
says
shit's
the
really
same
bad,
thing
bro,
too,
you gonna
though,
be crying. Oh,
about being punished.
oh, where can I find that deliverance from? Okay.
Yeah, you can't be
So-
delivered from within. These people, as long as I'm a good person, as long as this is here, as long as I feed the homeless, as long as I do this, God will accept me. God doesn't want anybody who's mediocre. He doesn't want somebody who's gonna say, you know what, it's okay. Everybody can come. I want everybody. Everything is all right.
He never said that.
He never wanted it.
He
never
pulled
said
Lot
it.
out of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. He pulled. He always saved a
Moses.
remnant of righteous people.
He's not a respecter of persons. He doesn't care about nobody's feelings. It's his way or no way.
About what you were saying about the plus ones. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 18. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of Yahweh thy power for any vow, for even both these are an abomination unto Yahweh thy power.
Right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, you should not bring an abominable thing unto my presence. How much more in salvation? Being delivered from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You think I'm going to bring a fucking mutt? Am I going to bring something that's unclean to the Lord, which is all about cleanliness and righteousness? You go ahead and do that. You bank on that. Bring that friend. Count on that friend. Count on that friend. And Lord willing, we be those men. We see you counting on the friend. We're going to do the same thing that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to do. Laugh at your calamity and mock you when your fear comes. He's going to replay this conversation. If you don't submit yourself to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, this very conversation, Lord willing, we be those men. This conversation on this altar today, it will play in your mind. And you will know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has forsaken you.
What do they call y'all?
We're Hebrew Israelites.
Y'all the same ones that be on Charleston and Decatur?
No.
No, we're
It's
not
a group
this.
that be coming on Charleston and Decatur Israelites or I can't think of their. It's something like y'all.
They could be of a different camp.
I've
but,
seen them in Crenshaw, I
but
guess they were
but
different.
you know, there's different Israelite camps, but they don't all teach the same thing.
Right.
We teach the Great Millstone Doctrine. That's the 100% truth of the Bible.
Right.
Anybody who doesn't teach that same doctrine, they, you know,
Also,
if they don't teach about the MOTB being that C-hip we talked about, you know, and you know, they don't got it. You know, if they don't call on the true names of the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which that's God and Jesus, but the true names, Bahashem Rakakwadash, the Holy Spirit.
Wouldn't that be the just kind of like church and
Hey, they don't have the truth.
The mark of the B66 microchip thing? I mean, where does it say in the Bible about microchips
We
or
were just
artificial
reading.
intelligence or anything
Got it
like
right
that?
here. We didn't pull it off. This right here. This is Revelation in the New Testament. All right, Revelations 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
and this is exactly what this devil is doing. This devil is setting up his technocracy, setting up his technology to be the end-all be-all. He's putting, you're seeing it in stores. You got some Walgreens, you got some Rite Aids, you got some Walmarts, you got some Smiths that already have the locks on the doors. You see it on the ATM machines at the gas station where they have the hand waving across the pay thing. Why is your hand there? Why not just a card? He's setting up his device. It is a device, implantable device. You can look it up in the laws, all right? An implantable device. That's what he's pushing for, the 6G, all right? It is an implantable device that can go inside your body so you can be tracked and that you can be manipulated. Because to be able to send code, you have to be able to read code. That's the way that it works. Information must pass through. So if I can send you information, I can get information. Now, since I have that ability with RNA, right? I have the ability to start rewriting. Now I can make sure that I rewrite you to the purpose that I need you for and that I want you for. But this people, he has no purpose for you. Your
I'm
purpose
guessing,
to perish.
You guys don't agree with stem cell research or like
None of that. That's all false miracles. That's all falsehood. You see, this devil has to go into his science, his illusion,
But what about if
his
it saves the
deceit.
person?
To save the person. Let the person perish. The
Okay,
person
so
will come
that
back.
means don't take medicine at all.
You can. There's
Don't
herbs
take
of that.
medicine at all.
There's herbs. Are there not?
Okay, we take herbs, but don't take medicine. Don't. Every time you get sick, don't take NyQuil, Tylenol.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
mess with it.
and what
personally.
do we try to do?
Do you guys
Right?
do that?
We try to
I
the
don't
best
use
of our
NyQuil.
ability.
I
don't
mean,
use Tylenol.
I don't drink
I guess you guys
NyQuil.
have to take ginger, onion,
Those are
Where-
herbs.
Yeah.
Honey.
black pepper,
Yep, those are
which
the
is what
herbs.
I do for the most part.
Yeah. I
For the
mean,
most part.
shoot, really, you should only go to the doctor if you have like broken bones and need like certain type of surgery. But even for that, there was, you know, holistic ways of dealing with broken bones and other things. Healing cuts, like honey, you can put that on cuts and it's an antiseptic. You know, there's
What
a whole
about
bunch of
brushing your teeth?
other ways. What do you mean about brushing? Yeah, we brush our teeth.
Yeah, but I mean,
With herbs and shit.
isn't that like not natural?
There's
Well, I mean,
I mean, do you make your own brush your
There-
teeth
so-
solution?
there's one back.
Or no?
Once
It
again,
don't
get
really-
back into
that's-
semantics.
that's not really that. Yeah, that's
We
not that
live in the
important.
land of our captivity, right? Being that we are here in the land of our captivity, and this so-called technical age has advanced for us, like we said earlier, we try to the best of our ability to live by the way of the scriptures. That's holistically to the best of our ability. Not to say sometimes that we don't take the medication. Sometimes you might need to take that medication for a while, but you are still supposed to be seeking a better alternative for that medication,
Yeah, but
right?
toothpaste, you kind of have to do that like
Yeah,
100%
well,
a day.
Just
Nevertheless.
stay away from Colgate.
Right. And
I mean,
Try to
to
get
be
a better
truthful,
brand.
I sometimes go 4 days without brushing my teeth. So
I mean,
I
you
have
should still brush your teeth.
pretty good teeth, except for some knock my tooth
All
out.
right, man, just
Like,
go ahead and read this,
continue.
man. We're going.
Yeah.
He said, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right. And they have it in the hand. Why? Because that is one of the places where it generates most of the energy in your body.
Yeah, the right hand.
Right hand. And in your forehead. Forehead is behind, all right? Behind your forehead, the neural link goes where? In the top behind your forehead. All right? Neural link. Neural web. It's still behind the forehead.
They would prefer everybody have it in their head because that gives them the most control. But they gon' the hand is because it's gonna be more acceptable.
Right, and because as well as capitalism, you wanna just be able for a signal, or you want to be connected all the way in. Now you're linked in, or you just got the connection. There's a big difference, right?
Best Wi-Fi.
You want the best, fastest Wi-Fi, or you want the medium? You want high speed, or you want dial-up?
And it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's the wisdom, let that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of men is his number, and is 666.
And it goes into
to be pricked,
right?
So that's going to be something inserted into you, which we say is a grain of rice. How they put it into you is through a syringe. So
Incision.
it goes into cutting into you and placing that device in you.
Right there.
They have to have your permission to do all that, right?
They
have to give you a choice, right?
no.
Yeah.
It depends.
It's gonna be.
COVID.
It's gonna be like they gonna have to get. They gonna ask for your permission.
You put a chip in you, but you go to surgery for a broken arm and they slide a chip in.
Well, see, what you might not know is as you go into that surgery, this is not any medical information. Please look it up for yourself. That documentation that you signed for surgery could have something in there stating that they're going to do that. Did you read all the paperwork?
I had surgery on my wrist. That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
No, but what I'm saying is, did you read all the paperwork?
This was like 10 years ago.
Yeah. So when they do this to
I didn't read all the paperwork.
But see, that goes to prove the point.
Yeah, there was actually
Don't they
information,
have to give you a choice?
but the choice was you went in there for the surgery.
That's
So there is information. I'm not.
That's my choice. I was there for the surgery.
Yeah. So in that fine print, actually, I believe during Obama's presidency, he put something in when you go into hospitals, pretty much like in layman's terms, it makes you an experiment. It gives them like complete authority over anything that they do. There's actually been cases of people that have not that technology in them, unknowing, but like a precursor to that information where they was just getting randomly sick. All right, and they pretty much had a form of this frequency put inside of them without knowing, and those cases lined up to people that had similar surgeries with them. Now, ultimately, is the Most High, it be His mercy and grace that He protected you from that, right? And that, but going forward, when when you enter into these hospitals, that you're pretty much, you gave them the stuff that you have to sign before, you gave them access and authority over your body.
I ain't telling them to put nothing in me.
Yeah, but that's how they get away with it.
You gotta,
It's in the contract.
But
It's
nobody
effed up, but that's how this
I could
devil
be
operates.
like, here's a contract.
But yeah,
you
just
gotta sign it every
bring out
month,
some scriptures.
every day.
Yeah.
But
Darash.
you sign it. Oh, the contract.
This is the book of
But
Revelation.
here's the point. Listen to this. If you take it, this is what lies in store and wait.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had received the charagma of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image.
Right. So if you receive that device in your hand or your forehead, all right, this very thing is going to make you sick. There is something called radio frequency poisoning. All right. Certain people, that go up and work on cell towers, right? They receive that same thing. Why is it those jobs are paid the highest, but as far as their health and everything, they're the fastest to deteriorate? That frequency is poison unto your body. It causes grievous sores.
A lot of people say that 5G frequency ain't good for them.
Yeah,
None of these frequencies in this world are really are great for you.
yeah, and they about to up it. They about to roll out 6G soon. So
Right.
it's just that's gonna get worse. You know.
It's going to interact. Why did all these little towers start going up during the one night?
That's a good question. We got a million of them out here.
Right.
Yeah, they
And
put
why,
them.
And why do they try to disguise them as palm trees?
Yeah.
So we overlook them.
Yeah. Hey, multiple reasons. One, it's supposedly an early warning system, right, for the destruction and impending doom that's coming here to the shores of America, Babylon the Great, aka Sodom and Gomorrah, aka Rome 2.0. All right, Egypt, this place of bondage for the Israelites. This place right here is one big sale for us, the Israelites, the children of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is the biggest sale of our captivity. Every other nation who's here are nothing but taskmasters over us. They're the ones who get to dictate what we do. They're the ones who have the authority in our neighborhoods, so-called. They're the ones who control the liquor stores, making merchandise out of us. We go to them for the one of all things. We go to them for our clothes, for our shoes, for our cars, for our food, for our education. We give everything to these people when these people are supposed to be given unto us. These heathen nations are the lot of our inheritance under Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We are part of his lineage. We are his children. We belong to the Most High and his only begotten Son. That's who we belong to. That's who we serve. This shithole is our prison. This is our punishment for putting somebody else before our Lord and our Savior. For thinking that we want to be together. We can be one. We can be on the same accord. We can be friends.
We praise all them foreign gods. We took the ways of them foreign heathens.
Exactly.
And then we paid the price.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we're paying the price.
Solomon was one of the main ones, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King
I
Solomon
know the
did do it.
Bible. Trust me, I don't know all what y'all the United Israelites, but very spiritual. I know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what
Because
I'm saying?
try the spirit by the spirit.
But it's
Once
like
again.
some stuff y'all preach I don't agree with.
Man,
Like for instance, because I had the same argument with dude on Charleston and Decatur, and I think he was a United Israelite. I'm not.
No,
for
we're
sure.
not united in Christ. We're not there.
I'm not for sure.
see,
No.
He
we
go,
don't deal
the
with
first
that.
thing he told me was something about pork. But when I pointed him to Mark 17, where Jesus clearly said, what you put in your body don't defile you, it's what come out your mouth.
Yeah.
He gonna tell me I'm reading the wrong Bible.
You're not. That's in the Bible, but
That's in the New Testament. I
but
know.
you're not supposed to eat pork, brother.
I mean, yes.
But why would Jesus say that? I mean, you give me a. I mean,
That
make
was-
it make sense, man.
It's a stumbling block that a lot of people, they misunderstand. Yes, he said that, but like what comes out of your mouth doesn't follow me in your words and what you say. But still, it says in the law that you're not supposed to eat abominable food because the Lord said that He doesn't change.
That's in the chart. That's under the old. That's under the old covenant. That's the Old Testament.
Yes, but the
Testament mean nothing. Testament don't mean nothing. Covenant.
But when
That's
Yahweh
an
Shai
old-
said
under
that,
the
he
old
wasn't
covenant.
speaking about eating abominable foods. He was speaking about philosophies, and that has nothing to do with food. He was, Yahweh Shai spoke in parables.
Yes,
He didn't always
Would
say
that be like pork, fish, and all that?
Yes, that'd be
certain
abominable.
things.
Catfish, shrimp, all that
Yeah.
supposed to be because they eat their own doo-doo.
Yeah.
They're
So-
not clean.
Well, they clean the earth. They have a job to do, and if you're
Yeah.
killing what they're supposed to do, then
Yeah.
you're eating defiled shit. That's why you get all these cancerous shit in your body. You're not supposed to eat them.
Right.
Even with pork, that's the worst thing to fucking eat.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No,
As far as the 12 tribes, a lot of them in the insane asylum, the jails, some of them out here homeless.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
because we're destroyed as a people,
it's
Yeah.
just part of the curses.
and because for the defiled things we do.
And let me ask you this. Why do we keep praying to other gods in the Old Testament? It seems like in one part of the Bible they say Judah had more gods than streets.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, because we're destroyed as a people yet again. Now, because we turned from the way from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, when we turned away, He gave us up to those false idols.
You know what they was doing?
That's
they
who
was,
you love?
They was heating up statues because they was following the God Baal.
Yeah.
They was heating up statues, burning babies to death.
They still do that
They
today.
still,
That was their sacrifice.
Hey, look,
they heat up a statue and
do
burn
they
the
not?
baby.
Do they not do the same thing today?
Not
That's
that
why
I'm aware of.
See,
They eat baby.
Hey, they just found on Epstein Island. They found a temple of Molech, and they do the same worshiping, and sacrificing of babies there.
But this world, this United States was founded on witchcraft.
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Right.
and I'm surprised the Statue of Liberty was given to us by French Masons, really named after the goddess of liberty, the Greek goddess
Right.
Yep.
of liberty, That's an idol.
Right.
Nike, the goddess of victory.
Virtuous.
That's an idol. The idols are in front of your face.
Right.
And you have that. What is that?
Some of these corporations,
the
they symbols.
Hey,
idols.
the game with the symbolism. I don't know the name of the game, but the one you match up the symbols and say, oh, this is
Yeah.
McDonald's, this is 7-Eleven.
Monopoly or something.
No,
Yeah, that's all. Well, that's all sorcery. So.
right. It's
I
just so
that's
it's
part
sorcery.
of
I
the
don't follow
witchcraft.
much of these games.
Yeah,
I ain't,
it's
Yeah, I don't know
just
what
it's just an old game. It's an old game, but it's to deal with symbolism. You recognize the symbols.
Because
These
the
are modern day.
corporations-
These are modern day
corporations use
hieroglyphs.
witchcraft.
These are modern day hieroglyphs,
Yeah.
right? And they speak through their symbolism,
Even the car symbols.
right?
Yes.
So
A lot of this is witchcraft, and a lot of it's in your face. A lot of it is in your face.
yeah, and a lot of people don't want to accept it. Why? Because this world is good to them.
So
They got the God Horus on the money, so what you mean they don't? It's right in front of your face.
They're under enchantments. It's good to them. They want to live carelessly. They want to live in that enchantment, the way of lust.
yeah,
Why-
and
why
this
one
is
side, why on one side it say God we trust, and on the other side it's an idol Horus.
Yeah, because
that I symbolizes that Egyptian God Horus.
right. Yeah, because this is their system. They don't believe in God. They just have it on the dollar bill. That's part of they facade. That's part of their delusion.
Against the lamb.
That this is a God-fearing country. It ain't no God-fearing country.
This country is contrary to everything in the scriptures. Contrary.
Yeah,
But-
they're introverted. The world
but-
is introverted. It's backwards.
But I want this brother to read this for you pertaining to what you said in Matthew.
Matthew 17.
Yeah, so-
I think it's
but-
Matthew 17.
Yeah, we're not gonna get that exact script, but just to prove the point that we was making.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17, and this is this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, "Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill."
Yeah, so he said he was come to fulfill the law, meaning that he was the fulfillment of the law, not only with as he was a fulfillment to all the prophecies in the Old Testament of his arrival and coming as the Messiah, which that was always prophesied that the Lord would send a Savior. My shit timed out, but being that fulfillment of the law is that he would keep the law. So in the Old Testament, he would keep those laws, and he was that example of righteousness. All right, we get righteousness. What decides what's righteous? That was the laws that were given to Moses. Those were the ways that we were supposed to live by.
The Torah.
Right.
First 5 chapters.
Right.
Five
So
books.
Yeah, 5 books.
why was Yahweh Shai perfect? It was because he kept those laws. He was without sin. He was the lamb without blemish.
Right.
He was the only man physically capable to walk the earth in complete righteousness. That's how he conquered death, because sin is a transgression of the law, and sin leadeth unto death. Okay, so he was the fulfillment of the law, meaning that he kept the law and walked in with, and now he was that example for us to follow. Now we not Yahweh Shai, we not perfect, but we practice the law and rehearse the righteous acts to have and through faith that we might be delivered. You see what I'm saying? So that answers that question?
Right. Because in the Bible, most of the men in the Bible are imperfect.
Right.
And
Right.
They just try to be. That's
Yeah.
what
Right.
God wants you to do. Try to be God.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Paul used to kill
These guys are
Christians.
mostly Old Testament, though.
No, we're not.
We're Old Testament, New Testament.
Bro, we just read from from the new. We've been giving you scriptures from both.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You wasn't.
That's all right.
Where you been at?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know that Israelites also.
We're not Israelites.
Israelites.
Israelis is completely different, bro.
Israelites.
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 But
We're doing
you got
semantics
one more
now.
No, it's not semantics.
Hey, you were saying
Not one.
semantics.
Hey,
I
we're
was
calling
saying
the nation who we are.
Let this brother
You
finish.
said Israelites. You were trying to link us with
Israelis.
Israelis.
We ain't-
No,
Not
we're
really.
Israelites.
If it was a slip of the tongue, we give it to
Yeah.
But this is
So
Matthew.
you're Israelites then.
you.
Israelites.
Israelites.
Now this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18. It says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled."
Yeah. So he said not one jot or tittle. That jot really goes into the smallest letter of the Hebrew, which was the Yah. All right. So he's saying from the smallest to the greatest of the law. That's going to be finished. That is really speaking to us. If we walk in righteousness, you got to know the law. It says in Genesis, the 49th chapter, I quoted it earlier, but from Judah there was a lawgiver. Can somebody get that real quick? And his name was Shiloh, 49 and I believe 10.
Yeah, I got it. This is Genesis 49 and 10. What's that say?
This chapter. Okay, this is
You got it?
This is Genesis 49 and 10, and it reads, "The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor
The scepter being, that staff that like a king has. That shows the power, which Judah is the top tribe. You got it.
nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be."
Right. So through Judah, that's why the majority of brothers teaching the 100% truth. All right, they're a Judah. They're the so-called black man. All right, because that's also the sign. All right, not only that they were the lowest, because of that top tribe, also their wickedness went to an extreme. But then the leaders that would come out of that tribe.
Yeah.
So Judah is the top tribe because they're the strongest.
And the salt of the earth.
All right, that's it. Judah was, what Yahushua was. He was from the tribe of Judah. But it said the scepter, the lawgiver, would not pass until Shiloh comes. Shiloh meaning peace. That alludes to Yahushua. That alluded to King Solomon.
The Prince of Peace. Because Yahushua is the Prince of Peace. All right? Peace won't come until Yahushua makes peace on earth.
And then the gathering of the flock, the gathering of the rest of the tribes,
I can believe that.
all falls after that.
Right.
Until he come down here and form his own government, we ain't gonna have no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we won't be under this shit.
But it's already started, through the preaching of the word.
But one thing I got, Earth ain't gonna burn. This is gonna be the new heaven. So when you say nuclear missiles is gonna come,
Yeah.
This here
But
on the
this is-
shores of America is going to burn.
But
This
this-
place will never be inhabited again. Heaven will be on earth,
Oh, okay.
but America, the shores of
Oh.
America, will not
Oh.
last.
Oh.
This shit is going to be a desert wasteland for desert creatures.
Yeah, the lake of fire.
The lake of fire is going to be here.
The Roman Empire is supposed to come back far.
This is
Yeah,
it.
This is America.
This is
This
it.
is
We're in
the
this bitch right
Look
now.
at- look at Vegas. Look at the strip.
Yeah, look at your money. Anybody got a quarter or anything in their pocket?
The
Well, I give you
gladiator.
credit. A lot of this stuff does come from Rome.
Right.
I know you're right. You're right about that.
But the money
a lot
itself-
of this stuff comes from that old Rome.
I grabbed a new quarter at the store. Somebody gave me a new quarter. That quarter is no longer silver. There's no silver. This shit is made out of tin.
It's lighter too.
It's way lighter. All right? They have defiled the money system just like they did in Rome because this is Rome 2.0.
The days of the month, a lot of this
All this is paganism.
Roman. It's
Yeah. Yet put back in this captivity yet
I give you
again.
that. I give you that.
Right? So it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai making us and showing us that, hey, he has something better for us. This is not our rest. This is our captivity. We're in hell. The fact that we're standing right here on this fucking concrete is hell. The fact that we have to suffer our women talking back to us is hell. The fact that my child ever think that he could talk to me any fucking kind of way is a hell. It is not, this is not permitted. Somebody coming up against you and saying, you, and you're of the nation of Israel, accusing you of anything is bullshit. And it's a hell. Any of us men up here, through the will and power of Yahweh Shemi Yahushua.
But that's the condition of the battle, as the scriptures speak. You know, it's not about, you know, submitting yourself and trying to, you know, defeat that enemy right there. No, we in this position, but we gotta suffer it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's a spiritual war every day. You wake up. Every day you go to bed, it's a spiritual war.
Yep.
that's right.
This was talking about, you know what I'm saying, how this place is about to be done away with. 1 Corinthians 7:31, and they that use the world as not abuse it, for the fashion of this world passes away.
Right, so we must use this world to the best of our ability, but don't abuse it.
Yeah.
Do we got to take care of our families if we got them? Hell yeah, we got to do it. Do we got to eat ourselves? If man don't work, he don't eat.
I might go across the street, get some coffee after this, but I'm not worshiping that
I get
guy.
it.
You
You
know?
gotta live, but don't
Right.
get too far up into this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
don't say this place is the end all be all. This is where I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, because you got some people in the state that they ready to go out to war and make America great again. You know, for Trump, they in that mindset of building this place back up to that
Glory that it once had.
Right.
Not America.
and that ain't the mentality you want to be in.
Right. You want to know that this place is going down. You want to know and understand through the will and power of Yahweh Shemi Yahushua that he has a promise for his people. And that you, if you're of the lineage, and you have a portion of the promise.
You got an opportunity.
You have an opportunity. The difference is when you come and submit yourself now, seek him early. When you seek him early and you come to understand this word, you are asking and praying that you are part of the upper echelon of the 144,000 elect men, or the multitude of the men, women, and children who will be saved for believing upon this testimony.
Yeah.
The good news, the gospel for your salvation.
Yeah, and the
Why
new
the church is misleading us?
Because the church is a 5013C that gets tax breaks. They say, oh, if you don't teach this and teach this, I'll give you a tax break. And why? Through capitalism, right? And through people, the greed of man, all
Yeah.
right? And the mentality of the world says,
like that
give me.
that purple camp that you seen. They was wearing purple, huh?
I can't think of.
Well,
it was some big swole dude. They was huge. it was a big.
There's some other camps that sold out. They used to teach the same doctrine as us, but now they get paid by the government. And that what the brother was talking about, and now they teach different. You know, they don't even call on the true name of the Lord no more.
Yeah.
You know, because they want that money.
Right.
I wish I could see them. Some days they be out there. They just pop up. So I can't really tell.
They're speaking. They're pro Palestine though.
Nah.
If
You don't know what we talking about.
I think they were
brother.
like
Yeah,
purple and
stay
had gold, like purple and yellow.
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
he's talking-
them.
he's
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about-
They're like
yeah.
Crenshaw. I remember
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
last year.
Yeah, they all over the place now.
Them lots descendants from Palatine, ain't they?
You said what?
Ain't them lots? Didn't the people today, the Palatine?
Lot's
didn't they
descendants
descend
were
from Lot?
Moab and Ammon. You know, so we know them as the so-called Chinese and Japanese.
I thought they came from Esau. All the Europeans and the Chinese, I thought was from Esau.
No.
No,
Those are from Lot.
the Europeans, but because what Lot's children had, you know, that was incest. You know, that's a product of incest. You know, it's Down syndrome.
So why do you,
Yeah.
You know, so pretty much these are the so-called Chinese and Japanese. You know, why their eyes are slanted like that is because that's a product of Down syndrome.
so that's why like
But that was like an indicator.
That's
So the
why-
Chinese descended from
I'm
Lot.
talking about Ishmael.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why,
and Japan too.
You're
You
talking
talking
about
about
Ishmael.
Ishmael, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about Ishmael.
Oh yeah, not Lot.
Abraham first son.
Abraham's first son. Yeah.
With Hilgar.
Those are the they
I thought
come from.
Ishmael descended from Abraham.
You know, it's been nice talking to you guys. I'm getting hungry actually.
All right, go get you some food.
How did the Arabs come about then?
Entertained by you guys.
They go back to Ishmael.
You guys actually, you actually
They go back to Ishmael.
source your stuff like
There's
back
some
up.
line of Abraham.
Abraham?
No, I know. Okay,
All
Abraham
praises
is
to
the
Yahweh
Jews.
Hashem Yahushua.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
This is
the
you.
Arabs. They came from Ishmael, right?
Ishmael, yeah.
Oh, they came from okay. That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
They call it so-called Negro.
Yeah, they were that from
It's
Hagar.
not this.
Right.
Yeah, from which was
Oh, yeah.
the maid of Abraham's wife Sarah.
Right.
Yeah, leave y'all alone, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
take
go.
it
We
easy,
about to get
man.
out of here.
Y'all take it easy, man. Be cool, man.
Keep debating though. Keep debating.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, the church bogus. They don't tell you a lot of
They don't
stuff.
tell you
Yeah,
nothing.
they ain't-
Hey, because really your battle against demonic spirits, principalities are demonic spirits.
Right.
And I can see them at playing people sometimes, especially when they drunk and high. You can see
Oh,
the
yeah.
spirit.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
they-
see the principality. So the church don't tell you none of that though.
They want to make you feel good.
So yeah,
Speak unto me smooth things.
yeah. Hey, God bless y'all, man.
Hey,
Likewise.
hey. Call out Yahweh.
We still up on yours.
All right. Hey.
Not mine.
With that.
No, yours still
With
up?
that, hey, we're gonna face the
Oh.
east. We're gonna give face the east, and we're gonna give all praise and honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching, preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, to the Bias Shadabadad, the house of David. And next time, it's Men of Valor saying Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Ba Ba Ba. Shalom.
No, when you said pull this, I thought.
Yeah,
See, I
it's all
didn't